keeps me away from doing what I was born to do.
But it cannot stop me. I have the tools.
I will keep moving forward.
Pushing past the limits of this disability.
I know where to find support and where I can be seen.
Great vision doesn't require great sight. Innovative research, educational resources, supportive community. The Foundation Fighting Blindness is leading the charge in finding treatments and cures for blinding diseases. Make your impact today. Donate now at fightingblindness.org. A public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
You're listening to Fox Sports 1310, WGHAM Newport News, and WVSP-FM HD2 Yorktown. This is Fox Sports 1310. This Fox Sports 1310 update is brought to you by
the Norfolk Admirals. That's right. They are back in the Kelly Cup playoffs. Their opening home playoff game is Wednesday, April the 16th at the Norfolk Scope with a 7:45 puck drop. And we are giving away a pair of tickets. You got to be the first one to dial it up right now. 757-497-1310. Again, that is 757-497-1310. You can win yourself a free pair of tickets to see the Norfolk Admirals playoff hockey on Wednesday at the Scope. Good morning. It is 6 a.m. and this is your Fox Sports Update. The Norfolk Tides lost to the Gwinnett Stripers 12-8. Jose Devers was 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs, and Alex Verdugo also homered for the Stripers. The Tides lost the series 4-2. They are off today, but they will be off to Omaha to play the Storm Chasers in a 6-game series starting tomorrow. The Grand Slam is finally complete. Rory McIlroy won his 4th career major and first ever green jacket at the Masters yesterday. While Rory was battling Bryson DeChambeau in the front 9, he ended up going to a playoff with Justin Rose and won. The Orioles lost to the Blue Jays in extra 7-6. Alejandro Kirk homered and helped lead the Blue Jays to the extra innings win, and Jeff Hoffman nailed the door shut to get the save for Toronto. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310 AM, 100.9 FM, always streaming live on YouTube at Cova Sports TV and live on the Fox Sports 1310 net. With Suave, myself, and Johnny D, it's a Monday edition of The Drive.
Broadcasting live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310.
Hey, Hampton Roads. It's a Monday. It is great to be with you. 6:02, 45 degrees at Hampton Roads. This is the Morning Drive. Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app. You can follow us on the X, formerly known as Twitter, at Drive Johnny D, on Instagram in the Morning Drive Johnny D. And we're broadcasting live on YouTube this morning. Thumbs up to everybody in our viewing audience at Cova Sports TV. Where do we begin on this Overreaction Monday on this fine radio program? So much to get into. By the way, the NFL draft is coming up.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that today. The Portsmouth Invitational Tournament is this week. Have the rosters been released yet there, J-Lo?
I believe later this morning. I'm going to double check.
Let's effort that and see what's going on. The Suave, the NBA playoffs are getting ready to go and to begin this week. I'm excited about that. No doubt about it. My New York Knickerbockers will be in action against those Detroit Pistons. So we'll get to the bracket, but we got to start off talking a little golf. And I don't know if you guys partook in a little bit of the Masters this past weekend. Did you, Suave? You don't look like somebody to me. Don't take this the wrong way. You just don't look like somebody that would be sitting down on a Sunday afternoon, sipping on a cold cocktail, eating a pimento cheese sandwich, and watching a little Masters. Is it me or am I wrong?
I got to pronounce pimento first.
Yeah, pimento.
No, but I didn't. I looked at it here and there. But I was busy this weekend, man. I was very, very busy.
What were you doing on a Sunday afternoon and you're not watching history being made down at Augusta? What were you doing?
Honestly, man, I was grinding, looking for doing things for finance and doing things to help my family out. So
you were working?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all you had to say. I mean, you're making it sound like you're around the house just doing to-do chore lists, but you're not. You're out there grinding.
Yes.
You're out there beating the pavement. You're out there paying bills.
I like that.
I can totally understand that.
Yes.
No, I don't have any issue with that. What about you there, J-Lo? You got nothing going on the weekends?
Yeah, no, I took it in. I'm not going to lie. And I get a little giddy for this kind of stuff. I love the Masters and some of these majors, and that was so much fun to watch. And just the battle before DeChambeau kind of fell off, the battle between those two in the front nine were just it was so much fun to watch. And then obviously the playoff. And then, I mean, I know you're going to get into it, Johnny, but Rory's emotion at the end says it all. It says it all.
Well, not only the emotion at the end of Rory McIlroy, who, of course, wins the career Grand Slam at golf, only 6. I think he became the 6th player ever to do it. Can you guys name the other ones?
Tiger Woods.
Yes.
Phil Mickelson.
No.
Jack
Nicholas.
Oh
boy.
Oh boy.
Tiger Woods in 2000. Jack Nicklaus in 1966.
Arnold
right.
Palmer?
No, Arnold Palmer's not on that list.
Is Spieth up there?
No, Jordan Spieth is not on that list. This is sort of what we're calling golf royalty, right?
Yeah.
There has only been in the long history, the illustrious history of golf, there has only been 6 that have accomplished a career Grand Slam, which, by the way, is the Masters, the Open Championship, the U.S. Open, and the PGA Championship, just so you guys know. So you got Rory McIlroy, who accomplished that feat on Sunday, that being the 2025 Masters. Tiger Woods did it at 2000 with the Open. Jack Nicklaus did it at 66 with the Open. Gary Player is another dude who, by the way, if you've ever seen Gary Player, I think he's still one of those guys that is teeing off to start the Masters. He always wore the all black, right? Dude looks like he's 50 years old. Won it in 63, the U.S. Open. Ben Hogan, 53, and Gene Sarazen in 1935 Masters. That's it. I mean, if you're talking about history and you're talking about some of the greatest golfers that have ever come through, your Phil Mickelsons of the world and those guys, nope, not even close. Not even close. That's what made it so special for Rory McIlroy on Sunday. And not only that, but if you watched it, I have never witnessed a golf event where someone could look so good and look so bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In the same round.
It was unbelievable. Normally, I mean, well, I say normally, but most of the time I feel like the winner of the Masters, from the start of Sunday with how good they're playing and how good and most of the time I feel like it's not even a battle down the stretch. Like they're just dominant. Rory was so up and down, but he kept saving himself, and he did it well when it mattered at the end down the stretch.
It was destiny, man.
It was crazy to think about Justin Rose, who I don't like Justin Rose for some reason. I was telling my wife this. I don't know what it is about Justin Rose. I just don't like the guy. You ever look at a guy? I don't like the guy. There are a lot of people who do not like Rory McIlroy. They just despise Rory McIlroy. He's been very outspoken with the PGA Tour and LIV over recent memories. This was another one who was a child prodigy, right? At 9 or 10 years old, he was going on talk shows. He was doing the chipping competitions and everything else. He's been around forever. I just don't like Justin Rose. I don't know what it is. But Justin Rose had 10 birdies in the final round, and he lost. 10 birdies. And Rory McIlroy, we were talking about him on Friday. You remember he had all these people that were chopping it on Friday saying he's done. Yeah. He's done after the big doubles. He's done. Well, he wasn't done. He went out and carded some pretty impressive golf over the weekend. But you're also talking about a guy who posted a 1 over 73 to finish 11 under, talking about Rory McIlroy. And there were times he started off that round with a double. True story. Right before they tee off, I was looking at the live betting situations on the ESPN Bet app. And I was thinking about, what am I going to dive into today on a Sunday? I had already lost my Masters bet beforehand, which was Tommy Fleetwood. Only put $10 down, 10 to win 1,200. Wow. And he didn't even come close. I mean, the hair looked great, but he did absolutely nothing on the weekend. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to partake in something. And I really felt good about Bryson DeChambeau going into that final round.
He looked good. That guy is so strong.
I really felt good about how he finished on Saturday, how he was playing to the crowd, how he embraced the crowd, right? Where Rory was a little bit stoic, wouldn't embrace, wouldn't engage with the crowd. I'm saying, you know what? I think mentally, DeChambeau is going to own Rory McIlroy for these 18 holes. And right out of the gate, man, Rory had a double. DeChambeau ties it up. Like a 2-hole swing after the first hole. And I said, this is money. It's going to be easy. It's going to be an easy payday. And then Bryson DeChambeau went down the crapper real quick, really quick. And Rory held on. And he held on. And late, I've never seen a round 2 where a guy hits so many phenomenal shots and missed so many easy ones. Right? So many easy ones. But, Rory McIlroy was your winner, 2025 Masters. Your thoughts? Were you a fan of Rory over the weekend? Did you want to see him pull it off, or were you one of those haters that wanted to see him choke? Love to hear from you this morning. The Tom McCallum talk and text line is 757-497-1310. That's 757-497-1310. Excuse me. You got a comment? Drop it into the comment box this morning on YouTube at Cova Sports TV. I may want to put that up on the poll this morning there, J-Lo. Just trying to think of how to word it. Were you a fan? What would you have rather seen at the Masters this weekend? And put your options. Rory win, Rory choke, Justin Rose win, or Bryson DeChambeau. Because I think a lot of people in our listening audience, believe it or not, are Rory haters.
I seen it on the X this weekend with Team Rory or Team Bryson, and Team Bryson was smoke Team Rory. So I guess that people love the Bryson guy.
Yeah, Bryson DeChambeau is really big on social media too. He captures a lot of my generation, I think, because he does a lot of the YouTube and TikTok of him just going out on the golf course and just piping drives like it's nothing.
Like it's nothing. Dude's jacked.
Like he's so strong. He drives the ball so far.
Well, you know the backstory of Bryson DeChambeau. You're gonna have to look this up. I want to say, and you could fact check me on this, going back to COVID, Bryson DeChambeau was a little bit chunky. He was a little bit fat. And I think it was Brooks Koepka and a couple of the other golfers used to kind of, poke the bear a little bit. And during COVID, he lost all this weight, got jacked. That's all he did. He's worked out like a madman. And he came back. Look at him now. I also think he is a man of the people. Bryson is. You can tell during the rounds, he's walking up the fairways. He's high-fiving dudes after rounds. He's getting the crowd into it. He's grabbing the driver. Nope, he's going to grab the 3-wood. Nope, he's going to go back to the driver. Just kind of doing little things that really golf needs. I think golf needs a little bit more than that. But you do got to give credit to Rory McIlroy, who a lot of people do not like. But, man, he hit some big shots. He hit that shot at 18 in the playoff where he brought it right to left and brought it in within 7 feet to win it. And he talked after the match about, this is what amazes me about these dudes that play golf. He talked about how just a couple of holes earlier, he was literally 2 yards in front of where he was the last time he drove it. So he remembered, hey, this is what I did last time. Here's where it landed. Now I know what to do. The fact that he could sit there from that far out and figure out how he wants to play this is amazing to me, because that's not what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about don't shank it and put it into the water. Absolutely. That's all I'm thinking about.
That, and also don't shake it and kill a fan.
I mean, just don't take out a fan. Don't take out a fan.
That's why I can't golf at any of these courses. I'm not worried about the water. I'm worried about the safety of everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's on them. If they see, if they see the way you, if they see the way you drive the ball coming out of the tee box, and they still want to stand in your way, they need to sign a waiver at that point.
If they want to be safe, they'd stand in the fairway.
I'm not, please. Just don't even show up when you're at the tee box. Let me know when this kid is done. That's what you got to say. But the Masters was everything you hoped for. Yes. And look, I mean, it's so popular. My wife is getting into it. She's in the other room, and she's yelling at the television. Rory, what are you doing? Like, just kind of, she gets into it. She's all about it. So it was a lot of fun on Sunday afternoon, and that's exactly what the Masters wanted. That's what CBS wanted, with old Jimmy Nance there and Butler's cabin and everything that goes with it. And, Scotty Scheffler putting the jacket on old Rory McIlroy. Been 11 years since Rory McIlroy had won a major. 11 years, Suave. I think about
crazy.
That. 11
years.
Feel that long. No, it's been forever. But it's been 11 years. and he's going to walk away with the career Grand Slam. How does that career Grand Slam? I was thinking about this morning. How does it compare to other accomplishments in sports? Like, where do you put it? Now it's easy to compare it to like tennis, right? When you're talking about the majors in tennis. Outside of tennis, what would it be comparable to in Major League Baseball or in the NFL? Like a Major League Baseball, would that be equivalent to the Triple Crown?
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about this earlier too. Like maybe like winning multiple different awards across your career, whether that's a Silver Slugger, an MVP, a World Series, a Golden Glove. Maybe I don't know. I'm trying to.
Maybe Daytona. Maybe the
NASCAR is very comparable too. I think like you win. Really all of the tracks. A lot of the drivers want to venture to get all the tracks on whether it's Daytona.
Well, in NASCAR, it's all about winning the Super Bowl in NASCAR, which is the Daytona 500.
Yep.
All right, and then there are select few after that. But I was thinking about it like Major League Baseball. What would this be compared to? Is it winning the All-Star Game MVP, winning the World Series, winning the World Series MVP? Winning the MVP of the regulars. I mean, what would it be equivalent to? There may not be an equivalent.
I don't think there is
because with the NBA and NFL, there's individuals, but then it's the Super Bowl. Well, with golf, seeing like this Grand Slam is a championship.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said, maybe winning all four, like your All-Star MVP, your season MVP, your championship MVP, and then the championship. Then I said maybe that could be like a comparison. Other than that, there's nothing compared to golf.
I was just curious about that.
That's a great question, though.
I don't know. I don't know what it'd be compared to. That is for sure. All right, so we'll talk a little golf today on the program. Coming up here in about 15 minutes, we'll look at a little NBA. The playoffs are set. We'll start to deep dive into that. I do want to thank a couple of teams for tanking yesterday afternoon. I won a little bit of money on them, so congratulations to me. My New York Knickerbockers, I did win. I took the Knicks straight up against the was they playing the Nets yesterday afternoon, and I also took those Portland Trailblazers taking on the LA Lakers, who decided to play nobody except for Bronny James. That's it. So won a little bit of money on that. So we'll kind of get you ready for the NBA playoffs this morning. Coming up at 6:45 this morning, the entertainment page. Suave has got you covered. 7:00 hour. We'll talk a little local. As J-Lo mentioned at the top of the hour, the Admirals are back in action. We got playoff hockey this week.
Yes, we do.
We got a busy week.
I'm really excited.
We got playoff hockey, and we got a little PIT this week.
No rosters yet.
No rosters. We'll continue to effort that, but we'll talk a little playoff hockey. Also, the Tides were in action this past weekend. I was happy to see the Tides on television.
Yeah.
I will say that. It was nice. I did not go out to the ballpark on Saturday, and I tried to figure out in watching why it was so crowded, because Saturday was not the most pleasant day. It was a little bit overcast. It was a little bit chilly. It was a little bit misty, yet the stands were packed. Listening to our boy Pete Mishu on the call for the Tides, and then he said the golden line there, Suave. What's the golden line when you're watching minor league baseball and you see that there is a huge crowd on hand for a April Saturday afternoon game? What's going to draw a crowd? Two things are going to draw a crowd at Harbor Park. Fireworks being number one, and I believe it was firework night at Harbor Park. The other would be throwback hot dogs for like a quarter.
Yeah, that, and then also there's probably extra people because they didn't want to lose their money off of the tickets they got for Friday night's game that was canceled.
Did another thing too, y'all. Saturday was also Taylor Swift Day.
No, it was not.
It was. Yes, it was.
It was at Harbor Park.
It was. Yes, it was. And I didn't even know about it.
I didn't know.
So here's the
seriously,
thing about,
the Tides have promoted all their promotional stuff. I haven't seen one thing about Taylor Swift.
Yes. So this was when I told people I was going. There's a worker that works at Max Media, Lila. She said, Saturday is Taylor Swift basically day. So I was like, really? So when I got there on Saturday, I saw a good number of Swifties and doing.
And you know them when you see them, huh?
Yes,
they're very recognized.
Hold on. I gotta ask this question.
Yes, go ahead.
How do you recognize them, Suave?
Well, for one, they were wearing a lot of Taylor Swift apparel.
First of all, and second of all, when you see hundreds of thousands of teenage girls at a baseball game, that's how you recognize
I don't see it, Suave. I look at the Google machine.
Yeah.
And I don't see anything on here That
Well,
the Norfolk Tide said it was Taylor Swift Day.
Yes, and you could talk to Pete, talk to what's happened because during the innings, they was asking questions, so they was playing a lot of Taylor Swift songs. They was bringing the girls out there like, name this lyric, name this album. Even the fireworks, they call it the fireworks inspired by Taylor Swift. So when they was doing the fireworks, they were playing a bunch of Taylor Swift songs.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Yeah, so
would have been a great date night.
It's a dang shame, huh?
Yeah.
Man, I did not know that. So then we've acknowledged three things.
Mm-hmm.
It would be throwback cheap food night.
Yep.
If you could get hot dogs and hamburgers and everything else for like $1 and beer. Don't let me forget that.
Don't forget that.
That's number one. Number two, it's going to be fireworks.
Yes.
And number three, it's going to be a Taylor Swift night of anything.
Yes.
They do have Star Wars night coming up, I think, next week.
Yeah, no, everybody loves Star Wars night.
Everybody loves.
That's probably their most popular promotional thing.
No, it is not.
Like as far as theme nights, it's probably Star Wars.
You think so?
Yeah.
Would you fit in a Star Wars night?
God no.
Yes, I think you would.
I've never
I got to be honest,
Wars.
there, J-Lo. I think you need to attend. Those might be your people.
I've never seen Star Wars.
He goes as Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. Those may be your people.
No.
Could dress up as the little Chewbacca.
No.
Come on, bro.
No.
You're more of a Luke Skywalker. You look like a little Luke Skywalker going on.
Thank you.
I didn't say you were Luke Skywalker. I said you look like a little bit of a Luke Skywalker going on. So we'll talk a little time. 7 o'clock hour, get into some NFL news and notes. The Commanders have a new quarterback. We're going to test the boys this morning to see if they can tell me all the places that Josh Johnson has played in the National Football League. So we'll give you the latest on that. Also, we got to talk some college football. The big story on Friday, do we not get a chance to talk about? A lot of people thought it was fake news on Friday afternoon. Mm-hmm. And then as you went through the weekend talking about this quarterback at Tennessee, Nico.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes,
yep. You're starting to unpack a lot of different storylines coming out of this one story. And we want to dive into it in the 7 o'clock hour because I'm really curious from our listening audience what direction they go. Are you with the player? Are you with the NCAA? Are you with Tennessee? Because guess what? This is what college football is now.
Yep.
It's the wild, wild west with the transfer portal. NIL is out of control. And, oh, by the way, now we've got guys holding out. And it's funny because Nico's not the first one. If you forget, we forgot about the UNLV quarterback.
Yeah.
He really was the first one to, after 4 games, walk down a hall and say, hey, we're pretty good. I'm exceeding expectations. I want to raise.
Yeah.
Right? But apparently this story's got a lot of layers to the point where I believe there was talks of him holding out for the playoff game against Ohio State. So we want to dive into that in the 7 o'clock hour. 8 o'clock hour, the scroll is back, correct?
Yes, it is.
All right, 8 o'clock hour. Also the best and the worst from the weekend. And then Andy Bitter is going to join us. Tech Sideline. He was at the Virginia Tech spring game this weekend. We'll get an update on that. And J-Lo was at UVA.
I was at UVA this
weekend. Yeah, so coming up, we'll hear from J-Lo's experience. I love the hat, by the way, this morning.
Thank you.
Loving the hat. Did you buy that hat or was it gifted?
My dad bought it for me.
Good work out of him, man.
But Johnny D, ask him how much it costs.
We're not.
We'll get into that coming up on the other side. How much did it cost? I'll tell you this right now. You can't go wrong with a good-looking hat, a comfortable hat.
Yeah.
To me, it's worth the price. If you have to overpay a little bit to get a fine snapback hat,
I'll put it this way:
trucker hat.
I would not have bought this.
Well,
hat.
that please, you're not going to spend $3 on a hat.
No,
you're the cheapest son of a bitch on the planet. You're not buying anything.
I'll buy a hat.
No, you're not. You're as cheap gets, man. So I don't even want to hear that.
Another purchase. We'll get into it next.
Okay, that's on a
purchase too.
On an overreaction Monday. Of course, the Tell them Kelly Talking text line is open 757-497-1310. It is a Monday edition. It's the morning drive.
Fox Sports 1310 traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Rapid Radios. Checking in on early morning traffic, we aren't seeing any major accidents or delays at the moment. Traffic is flowing freely on 664 both north and southbound, approaching MMBT. No major delays on 64 both east and westbound, crossing Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel, and traffic is looking good on 264 approaching Downtown Tunnel. I'm Elena Begso on Fox Sports 1310.
Rapid radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national...
Did you know that the minimum limits in Virginia are $30,000? $30,000 is a lot of money on an individual basis, but if you're involved in a personal injury matter, that's not enough. Here at Williams-Deloitte, we're happy to provide a consultation on the amount of coverage you have in your vehicle. It can be confusing. Not many people understand it. You know you need to have it, but do you have enough? Give us a call today at 757-547-5555 so we can help you prepare in the case of an automobile accident or any other personal injury matter that you or your family may find yourself in.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why there's CHKD Sports Medicine. Advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger, fries, drink, and a sundae. No time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. Right now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship. And that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us. And the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
Or the United States paying off the national debt? What is more likely to happen? The scales are leaning significantly towards the United States national debt. Last I checked, it's like $36 trillion. There's a reason for that. You blow, Deshaun.
Ben Maller. The Ben Maller Show from 2 to 6 a.m. on Fox Sports 1310. The new home for the Hampton Road sports fan. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, Suave, and J-Lo on Fox Sports 1310 and Kova Sports TV.
Yes, sir. Great to be with you on this Overreaction Monday. You got a thought? Hit us up via the Tell 'em Kellum talk and text line this morning at 757-497-1310. Got a comment? Drop it into the comment box on YouTube at Kova Sports TV. I want to talk a little NBA. I will get to the pairings coming up here in a little bit. Final thought on the golf, by the way. I was reading. There was probably at least 4 times yesterday afternoon that Rory McIlroy lost that final 18. Maybe 3 times won it again and again and again. You're talking about the odds. One of the bets that I had that I placed on Thursday was Patrick Reed at 100-1. And boy, if he didn't have an eagle on 16 or 17, it got to 9 under. Yeah. It was knocking on the door.
Oh, man.
Yours truly got a little excited, not going to lie.
Got a little giddy.
Got a little giddy. Yep, sure did. But congratulations again to Rory McIlroy, now only one of 6 golfers in the history of golf to achieve the career Grand Slam. Is he the greatest of all time?
I'm putting Tiger. I'm sorry.
I think it's got to be Tiger.
Still got to be Tiger,
Tiger,
right?
yeah.
Still got to be Tiger?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Put it up on the poll this morning. Have a little fun with that on the X at Drive Johnny D. Rory is now a, golf royalty, one of only 6 to win the career Grand Slam. Who is the greatest golfer of all time? Is it Tiger? Is it Rory? Is it Jack? Or put other? There are a lot of people who differ on the other. Just put other out there. Okay. I do want to talk some NBA playoffs, but as we were discussing going into the break was J-Lo's hat. Do me a favor. Take a picture of the hat and put it on our Instagram this morning.
Okay.
And the caption should be, how much would you pay for this? Seriously. I like it. Is that a trucker hat?
It is, yeah.
Okay, so I'm a big fan of trucker hats.
Yep.
I don't like the fitted caps. I do not like the Velcro. I don't like the adjustable strap. I like the trucker caps. I do like them a little bit. But apparently you don't feel so good about how much was paid to purchase this.
Yeah, no. So we were at this Mincer store. If you don't know Mincer's, it's the spot to get your UVA gear, basically outside of the actual store.
I got you. What is it called?
Mincer's.
Minster's?
Mincers.
Mincers.
Yeah,
Yes.
Mincers.
Yes.
Okay. Good to know.
So
learn a new word today.
I did.
Yeah, this is my favorite hat.
I'm going to check it out. I'm going to Google it right now.
There you go. Go for it. On the corner.
Yes, there it is.
But yeah, no. So this is my favorite hat, and my dad got it for me, and this thing, $55.
$55.
Yes.
Now, describe the hat for our listening audience, please.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful black hat with the camo.
It better be.
Yeah, I know. It's a snapback. It's got a nice black EVA logo on it. It's all patched up. It's real nice. So,
yeah, it's a little bit of camo, sort of that dark camo, and it's got the patch in the front with a UVA symbol on it.
Yep.
$55. I kind of like it. See, to me, hats, if you're going to spend $55, the question is, how often will you wear the hat?
Pretty often.
Pretty often, right?
Pretty often.
You're going to wear it almost every day.
Basically,
yeah. So it's worth it. First off, you didn't buy it, so what do you care?
It's just a lot of money. That's all.
But again, it was a gift.
It was.
It was, hey, I appreciate you being a UVA fan because there's not many of us.
Yeah.
We got to stick together. It's some tough times lately.
Yeah, it's been some tough times.
And look, I like it. I like the hat. So put it up on the Instagram.
I made a purchase as well. I
you
was
did?
pretty proud of. If you look at the screen here.
That I was proud of.
Yes.
Oh, you're proud that I made a purchase.
Well, I am.
I got this orange baseball jersey here.
Okay, hold on.
If you look at the screen.
Oh boy.
It's at the spring game every year they have this big sale, and it's they sell like the actual players' jerseys, the ones that they just don't wear, and they're not going to throw them away.
You're that guy.
It's $50.
It's $50
for the jersey.
You spent $50 on somebody else's jersey.
Yeah, it's a nice jersey.
Some dude who plays college baseball at the University of Virginia, who you do not know, is it authentic?
Yes.
Right off of their back.
Yeah.
Right off of their back. Who was
Has
it?
the patches. I don't know. It
What's
doesn't
the
have
number?
a name on it. 39.
Number 39.
Look it up.
Number 39.
I mean, it's a
UVA
nice
baseball.
shirt. It's got the patches and everything.
Oh boy.
But
what's wrong with buying a jersey,
hold on,
Johnny D?
But the thing about it, Johnny D, he realized what he just said. He spent over $50 on a jersey.
He spent $50 on a jersey.
On a jersey.
Yeah.
Which he will wear how many times?
I
Be
wore it
honest.
yesterday.
See?
Okay, so that's one.
Yeah.
How often will you wear it?
I don't know.
In a given month.
Once every couple of weeks.
Once every couple of weeks, you're going to
I
wear
gotta
it.
find the occasion.
All right. So you're bemoaning the fact that your pop spent $55 on something
Well, that's what I told
that you're
him.
probably going to wear every day. Yet you spent $50 on something you will wear once every couple
I
of
don't
weeks.
see the problem with buying a jersey.
I don't see an issue with it at
There's
all.
no
If
issue.
that's how you
I
roll,
wanted to get the orange football jersey. That's like my favorite jersey out of any UVA jersey.
I
But they
got you.
got sold out immediately.
So 39, if you're looking at the baseball for the University of Virginia, this is 2024. So I'd have to look up 2025. But Chase Hungate is number 39, right-hand pitcher out of Abington, Virginia.
And it could be anywhere from last year to, because the football jerseys, that's all guys from 2019. I'm like, wow, they got some older names on here. So
I just think you get to a point, and you're not at that point. I'm at that point where grown men do not need to be wearing jerseys.
I know.
I'm at that point. You are not.
I wear most of the time, at least for football jerseys, I'll only wear them on a game day. But baseball jerseys are a little different because you have game day basically every day. But yeah, no, yeah, so it was a fun time in Charlottesville.
I'm looking at so talk to me a little bit about the spring game.
Yeah, no, a lot of fun. The problem is, and this is not just us, it's everybody, is the play calling is very bland. Nobody's going to take any crazy shots. You have a lot of handoffs and stuff. Jamari Taylor, one of our transfer running backs, looks pretty good out of the MAC, so that'll be fun to watch for. Chandler Morris, Daniel Kalen, our two quarterbacks that are battling for a job. They both had some bright spots. The most important thing, no injuries. The only injury we had was a sprained ankle, so that's the really important thing. But overall, just a fun time at the Scott Stadium.
How was the crowd? How was the crowd?
It was terrible.
It was terrible, wasn't it?
You don't expect it to be. I mean,
what do you mean you don't expect it to be?
You don't expect it to be a good crowd.
Why not?
It's a spring game.
Yeah,
it's an exhibition game.
But I thought the spring game is that opportunity to get alumni out, to get former players out, to kind of reinvigorate the crowd, reinvigorate the fan base of, hey, it's a brand new season that's coming up. Here's our roster. This is what we're looking at. Fun-filled activities, right? Fan interaction, everything else. And you're saying,
yeah, we'll go look at a picture of the Virginia Tech.
Oh, I know. It was awful.
Yeah.
Again, why do you have to default to Tech?
You're going to say
I was not going to
promote.
No. Virginia, you're sitting here hyping up UVA football. What I'm telling you is a lot of spring games, they have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
They engage with the fan base. That's what it's all about. Virginia Tech was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Andy Bitter coming up here at 8:45 this morning, who is at Tech's. He'll say the same thing. There was nobody there.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody there. And what do you get out of it? So again, I'm just trying to find who 39 is this year for here we go. The roster this year for 39 is August Ritchie. He is a right-handed pitcher, 6'2" sophomore. All right. Good work out of you. Good work out of you.
Good workout.
So spent $50 on a jersey.
It's a nice jersey.
That is a nice jersey.
The orange jersey is my favorite.
Honestly, were you sweating when you had to make this purchase? Did it hurt?
No, it didn't hurt as much.
Did you have buyer's remorse? You cheap bastard.
The only reason it didn't really hurt was because that jersey's price would normally be about $150. So
okay.
That's why I really didn't care as much.
Okay. All right. So look, that thing. Regularly $180 could be yours, JLo, for just $50. You don't take a step back and go, I wonder why that is.
No.
I wonder why that is.
Jerseys?
You'd be surprised. You would be surprised. You give them to recruits. You give them to young kids. not an 18-year-old fanboy. Come on. No, good for you. If you're happy with your purchase, I'm proud of you. But donate on the pops for the hat, man. I like the hat.
I mean, I know it's a great hat.
Honestly, the first thing I noticed about you this morning was the hat.
Yeah, it's a nice hat.
Absolutely. It's a fantastic cap. No doubt about it. All right, 36 after the hour. We got to check the local scoreboard there.
Yeah, no, the Baltimore Orioles lost again, Johnny. So they split their series with the Blue Jays. They won the first one, but they were supposed to have a third game. It got postponed to a later date. So, but yes, the Orioles lost again, 7-6 in extras. The Nationals also lost 11-4. And then you're talking about the Norfolk Tides. They lost a high-scoring game, 12-8. And those are your local scores from last night.
Did the Tides get swept this weekend?
No.
They won a game Saturday.
They did win a game Saturday.
They won the second game Saturday.
Did Vic ever throw out the pitch? I know he got canceled on Friday.
It got postponed to the end of the month. I think it's the 31st.
The 31st. Huh?
Yeah,
that's a shame. Mm-hmm. I did notice he was at some event over the weekend. What was that? 100 Blackmen event up at Hampton.
Oh, it was something.
Mm-hmm.
Something to that effect.
Yeah.
I do need to say this, and I got nothing against Coach Vic at all. I don't. It's almost like he wasn't supposed to be there. And at the last second, they called him up and they said, hey, can you join us? And he rolled in for practice because everybody else was in tuxedos and suits, and he had a hoodie on. The man's my idol. If you could pull that off, God bless you.
Yeah,
seriously.
He can pull it off.
If you look at the event, he rolled up. He's just straight hoodie. Straight Norfolk State, behold the green and gold. Maybe it's a marketing thing, Suave. I don't know. But he pulled it off tremendously.
Yeah,
and if I could pull that off, I would do it too.
Yeah, I was a part of that when I was in high school. So
you were? What is that?
It's basically like for people in school that did great in school. You know, like you have high scores, you be a part of the community and things of that nature. They'll invite you out there. Like I got invited when I was in high school. and they'll ask you where you going for college for, and talk about your grades. You get a little presentation, your name on
very
a
nice.
board. Yeah, so I was part of that high school.
Very nice. Look at you. So you are a product.
Yes, I was.
So you could relate to that.
Absolutely.
All right, good work out of you. The NBA, the playoffs are here. Let me go down real quick. The seedings right now. You got the play-in tournament coming up. Western Conference, the 8 seed is going to be the Grizzlies taking on the 7 seed Warriors. They will tip off Tuesday evening, 10 o'clock on TNT. Good luck with that. I will not be watching. The Grizzlies, by the way, are a +7 if you're talking about the odds. The Mavericks are +5 taking on the Kings. That's a 10-9 matchup on Wednesday at 10 o'clock in the East. The Hawks taking on the Magic. That's 7:30 Eastern time on Tuesday. And the Heat taking on your Bulls, 7:30 Wednesday.
Yeah.
On ESPN.
Exciting,
Are you
Suave.
excited about that, Suave?
I am because
Are you
my
sure
team,
about that?
It's my team, but
Mhm.
I just can't stand this play-in tournament thing, man.
Why not?
Well, it's the only reason the Bulls have gotten to be relevant in the postseason the last few years.
I'm gonna tell you why. And one guy on NBA TV brought it up. Not NBA TV, on ESPN brought it up. The Magic's literally gonna win a division, but they could literally not be in the playoffs, all because of the play-in tournament. You are in the number 7 seed. You lose to the Hawks, and let's say the Bulls or Heat win. You have a chance to be out. So my thing is, why are we honoring these people that's like 39 and 43, 37, 45?
Yeah, but you don't have a problem in the NFL.
What do you mean?
All right, you win your division.
Yeah.
In the NFL and you're under 500, you're hosting.
I told you I
You're
want that
hosting.
seed. I told
Yet
you I
in the
want that
NBA,
seed.
even if you win your division, it's your total record,
You don't even have a chance to get to the playoffs.
right? It's your total record.
Yeah.
I mean, win more games.
Just be better in the regular season.
So why the 9 and the 10 didn't have a chance to get to the playoffs then?
Well, this is what Adam Silver did to make games relevant.
More
in April,
meaningful games, and it's
right?
working.
Look what the Lakers did the other night. Come on. What did the Lakers do last night? Did you see their injury report?
Yeah.
It had everybody.
Pretty much.
It
yeah.
had everybody.
Yeah,
I mean,
Bronny
just
was sorry.
totally like tanking the final game. This is what a lot of teams, the Boston Celtics do this a lot. They're going to play Orlando on the road. We're going to rest some guys. We don't feel like playing tonight. Right. So Adam Silver came up, and I like to play a tournament again to make it a little bit more interesting, to give more teams an opportunity and make games in April relevant. I got no problem with it. I think it saved the NBA a little bit having the play-on tournament. They've had it, what now, 3 years? It's been 3 years.
Yeah.
3-4 years.
Now, I'm not talking about the midseason tournament. I'm talking about the end of the regular season tournament.
Oh, no, you might be a fan of the mid-season tournament.
No, I'm not. No, I still don't understand it at all. All I know with the midseason tournament is they play on a different court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Like-
very bright and colorful. and
It's
blinding to the
bright.
eyes.
It's colorful.
It is a
I don't know
cinematic.
who's playing who. I don't know standings. I just know if I'm watching TV and you got the most obnoxious court you could put in front of you in the NBA, it's part of the play-in or it's part of the midseason tournament. All right. But I like the play-in tournament at the end of the regular season. I really do. The playoff bracket is set for the Western Conference. Your 1 seed will be the Thunder, taking on the 8 seed play-in winner. The Rockets are going to be your 2 seed, taking on the 7 seed play-in winner. Then you got the Lakers taking on the Timberwolves. What a great opening matchup for the Lakers is the Timberwolves, right?
Yeah.
Timberwolves who are not playing their best basketball. But look, they do have one of the most exciting players in the NBA. And who? Anthony Edwards, right?
Yeah.
So you got to deal with that. And the Nuggets, the 4 seed, taking on the Clippers, which is the 5 seed. I think if you're the Lakers, you're pretty happy to avoid the Clippers, and you're pretty happy to avoid Golden State in the first round. I think the Wolves at Lakers, which begins April 19th, I don't think it's a bad first round matchup at all.
No.
Do you guys agree or disagree?
No,
I don't think so at all.
Honestly, I think any game the Lakers are going to be in is going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I don't think it's a bad matchup at all. And I think if you're the Clippers, you did not want to see the Nuggets, who just fired their head coach. But Nikola Jokic is a little bit feisty right now, right? He's a little bit feisty right now. In the Eastern Conference, your 1 seed is going to be the Cavaliers. Your 2 seed is going to be the Celtics. My New York Knickerbockers, which is a -425 to win the series against the Pistons, which scares me. And the Pacers are taking on the Bucks. Initial reaction thoughts on the Eastern side, J-Lo.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I haven't really kept up with the. I've tried to keep up with the NBA as much as possible, but I'm excited to watch the play-in. I've said it before. I'm a Bulls fan, even though I don't keep up with them much. So I'll be watching that. But as far as the playoffs go, Cleveland and Boston, I think those are your two contenders. Yeah. New York, I think they could potentially. I like what you said about the Pistons that they haven't. They scare you a little bit.
They do,
but we'll see. But yeah, I'm really excited just to see the Cavaliers, see what they can do.
I'm the same way too. I want to see what the Cavs gonna do because this ain't LeBron James Cavs. This is Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley Cavs. I want to see if they're gonna shock people because honestly, right now, no one people think is going back to the finals. It's the Boston Celtics. Let's be clear on that one. But now with the Cavaliers being 64 wins. I maybe because I just want this team to be in the finals, get to near the final is the New York Knicks. I want to see what they're going to do. And then the report coming out from Detroit. We see what they say about the tickets, Johnny D.
Yeah. What's that?
So basically, they want more New York, Detroit fans at this game. So basically, anybody that's like a New York fan or any other type of fan, they want more Detroit to be more of a takeover than these opposing fans. Yeah. So I think Johnny, they telling their tickets get refunded. And there's a story.
I don't know. We'll have to deep dive into the story. A lot of times what happens is they ask that, look, the home crowd, keep the home crowd, right? You don't want New York fans showing up. Sometimes Ticketmaster or StubHub, they're going to put a restriction on that zip code or that area code that's trying to purchase a ticket to keep the opponents out of it. We'll see.
That's funny.
You know how New Yorkers are. We're stubborn. We're a pain in the ass. I can tell you that much. We will find a way to get to a Detroit game. All right, 6:46 straight ahead. Suave will return. We will open up the entertainment page and check out some of the entertainment headlines. It is an Overreaction Monday. We'll also get to your comments on YouTube this morning at Cova Sports TV. It is the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Rapid Radios. Checking in on early morning traffic, we aren't seeing any major accidents or delays at the moment.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
Cova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit covapainting.com or call 757-550-7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger for a limited time, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. Yeah, this is not the time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. And there's bacon on that burger. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Now, for a limited time on the $7 meal deal lineup. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
What does happiness mean to you?
Being in the ocean with you, watching you catch super fun waves.
In Virginia Beach, happiness is breaking barriers and savoring the sunshine.
I couldn't pick a better place or a better person to be with. This is what makes me happy.
Happiness is going all out.
And taking it all in.
Here, happiness is whatever you make it. Find yours in Virginia Beach.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
James Catato tells us tonight there's a new team making new noise in the USL2 scene on the other side of the water.
Something special is brewing inside the walls of the Virginia Beach Sportsplex.
We're not here for moral victories. When we're on our day, we're a legit team.
Yeah, great to be with you on this Monday. It is an Overreaction Monday. What do we overreacted to?
Everything.
Hit us up via the Tell McKell Talk and text line this morning at 757-497-1310. The polls are open on the X. We will reset the poll questions coming up here in about 15 minutes. One thing I did want to add to the poll this morning there, Suave, talking about J-Lo's purchase for the hat. Is $55 too much to spend on your favorite team's trucker hat? Yes or no? Put it up on the X this morning at Drive Johnny D. On Instagram at the Morning Drive Johnny D. Drop a comment in the comment box this morning on YouTube at Cova Sports TV. Let me get to a couple of comments. So we got the entertainment page really quick.
Already.
Let's see here. Warpath has chimed in. Shout out to Abington. My wife coach with a Hungate's sister-in-law and coaches his sister. So there you go, Jayla. You're old number 39.
Yes, sir.
Good work out of you, man. Also, Hank has chimed in this morning. Jack Nicklaus is the GOAT. All right. That's one of our poll questions this morning. He's a big fan of Jack Nicklaus. Did he actually watch Jack Nicklaus? That also disturbs me, is when we say that dudes are the GOATs when we have never even watched them play.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if Hank actually has watched a round of old Jack at Arnie. Is he that guy? And Hank, by the way, no way I would spend that kind of money for a hat. Well, we know that.
Hank's just like, he gets the discounted hats at the front of the stadium.
I mean, if we could find a dude who's cheaper than you are, it is Hank.
You think so?
It's a clearance rack. It's what's been gifted. It's a barter. It's trade. I mean, this is the type of dude he'll caulk something. And if in return you give him a hat, he'll be like, okay.
I do it for you.
Yeah, that works for me.
A little promotion.
That works for me. We've all been there.
Absolutely.
Right? We've all been there.
It's called a barter system.
I don't think I want to wear somebody else's jersey. But, and look, I would understand if it was like a Ryan Zimmerman. If you got a Ryan Zimmerman authentic UVA baseball jersey, run with it. Don't even wear it. Frame that baby.
Frame it. Yeah.
Right?
What was that
I've
website
thought about framing.
You talked about, I think, last week, a couple weeks ago, about that getting people game day stuff because somebody tried to buy the Jordans that he wore.
No, I mean you could find it. I don't know how you authenticate it, but you could find it. But if J-Lo's happy with his number 39 authentic UVA baseball jersey, is it the orange? It's the orange one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I like the color. It is a
My
nice
dad
looking
got the
jersey.
white one.
Good work out of
You
him.
like it, we love it.
Yeah, he could do that. Good work out of you. All right, 51 after the hour. It's time for the entertainment page.
Let's get to it, y'all.
Here's what's trending in entertainment.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, what's trying to entertain with your boy Don Suave. And look, over the weekend, what dominated entertainment was music. Coachella happened this weekend, a bunch of performances, like even LL came out, T-Pain came out, Missy Elliott came out in a Transformer car and had her whole entire show and others. So that was what really boosted over the weekend was the Coachella. So we're gonna go a little different today because this story happened in the NBA. I don't know how to respond to this. Isaiah Thomas, y'all, he criticized LeBron James' workout and his warm-up. And the reason why he criticized his warm-up, because he did his warm-up without a shirt.
Yeah.
I kid you not, y'all. Like, it's a warm-up. The man went out there, got some shots in, did his workout, and he was without a shirt. But his reasoning for it and how he felt about it, I'm not gonna lie, a little bit suspect. So I just want to play a little bit of what Isaiah said, y'all, and just we're gonna react to this because this is just weird to me. So this is Isaiah Thomas speaking about LeBron James warm-up. Let's take a listen to this.
Second part of our doubleheader tonight. LeBron James gonna play the game like this. Shirts and skins is what they're doing tonight.
I just totally 100% object to this. And if I was the GM or coach,
Me too.
I would never let one of my players walk out on the floor looking like this. I mean, we are a professional NBA league. We ain't summer league. We ain't at the YMCA.
Listen, I think coaches got to go back to suits.
Absolutely.
I just mean.
Absolutely.
Shut it down. Look, again,
talked
look,
about this.
here we go. Isaiah Thomas, the get off my lawn
Yes.
comment right there. Not only that, but if you look at the highlight, and I don't know if they specified it or not, it looked like it was before even warm-up.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like the pre-warm-up warm-up.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
There's nobody in the stands.
That's when like the players are there, like when they first arrive to the arena, and it's like 3.5 hours before tip-off.
Isaiah Thomas, he annoys me. Now, you got to understand, him and I have a little bit of bad blood.
Oh, really?
He ran the Knicks into the ground once upon a time.
Yeah.
So I'm not a fan of Isaiah
To start
Thomas.
with.
You know, he's a guy, again, get off my lawn, back in my day. Okay. I got you. Totally understand. All right.
But like I said, when I heard it, I thought it was not even real because I first heard the story from Chad Ricardo, who does the Fox 5 in DC. And I said, this is a real story. Is he trolling? Is this being real? But he's actually being 100% real. But I'm like you said, it's before nobody is in at the stands. It's literally LeBron James.
He fell into the Skip Bayless trap of, look, nobody's paying attention to me. What am I going to say today that's going to be just totally ridiculous, get a couple of clicks? That's all it is. And guess what? You fell into the trap. You're playing it. You fell into the trap.
I
You
did.
did. Shame on you.
Yeah, because I really had this question. I even talked about it on the LinkedIn. I think LeBron James, I think people just can't wait till he retires. I think a lot of people just can't wait till he get out of the NBA. They don't have to, and not talk about it because something that y'all talk about when it comes to LeBron James be the most ridiculous stuff. If he breathes in Mexico, it's an issue. Like, I mean, so it's just ridiculous.
So if I'm LeBron James, I try to be the most pettiest person in America. I want to hang on until I'm 50 years old.
You are not.
You got to drag me off the court at this point. Right? Sorry, Adam Silver. I carried you for a couple of decades. No, I'm not leaving anytime soon. They're going to be begging him to leave. I can't wait.
I can't wait. And before we go to break, this story once again is in baseball. So Mike Trout, what happened was he hit a foul ball, and a fan grabbed the ball with Mike Trout, and they both were wrestling for it, which caused so many stir on the XN fans interrupting the game. But the thing what everybody's talking about is actually his response. Like, he didn't let it get to us. So we're going to describe to y'all what happened. So this is Mike Trout wrestling a baseball from a fan that when he hit a foul ball. So let's take a listen to this.
Oh, dang. You got a lot of your friends coming out to the weekend.
Right now, Mike Trout has hit the ball.
Look at Trout.
He grabbed it.
But that is in the stands. That is not his ball. That's a fan's ball.
So the fan right now
he can argue all he wants, but that is a fan's right. Mike, you can look at it again, but that is a fan's right. If the ball's in the stands.
This could be a foul ball out
but if it went in his glove and the fan grabbed the ball out of the glove, that might be a different story.
If
the fan catches it, it's his. Might be in his glove.
I will say this: great job by the fan.
That's play from the World
Series. Good work right there.
I mean,
we're talking about the Bianca brothers from New York. Is that who they were called?
Oh yeah. Well, that was a little bit. I mean, they clearly reached over. They were grabbing at that thing,
and that's the only thing they wanted in their life was to take that ball
I think
away.
Mike Trout was just he was just honored that people recognized him still at this point.
Dude, his career. You want to talk about one of the biggest fall offs? I really hope.
Yeah, but it's because of injuries.
Oh yeah,
I mean that's the whole thing. It's not like if he was playing regular season,
he's injured every year,
and wasn't able to perform, I would say one thing. But it's been injuries that have cut him short. And oh, by the way, did you notice the fan base?
Yes.
The damn Astros again.
Yeah.
Damn cheaters. So who's the Astros? Always got a problem with that Houston fan base, man.
Yeah, I really hope the Angels can just figure it out at some point. I feel so bad for Trout.
Could you imagine if that was J-Lo in the stands and he had an interaction with Mike Trout? The look on J-Lo's face of just pure fear of Mike Trout staring him down for a foul. We talked about that the other day. You would be that guy that would rip a foul ball from somebody. That's you.
Oh, that's not me. That's not me. I'd be too scared to put my hands over the thing.
And I personally seen that Saturday, y'all. It was a foul ball that was hit, and a guy and a kid was running to it, And everyone, looking at the kid, go get it. The guy dove, got the ball, and literally looked at the kid and walked away. I was like, that must have been Johnny D right there.
Yeah.
That was Johnny D right
there. My ball.
Johnny D's brother.
Seriously. I mean, what type of message are you teaching the youth of America if I'm just going to give you the ball that I clearly earned? I clearly deserved it. I outworked you for this foul ball. Why should I give it to you?
Suave, do you have any close encounters to a foul ball Saturday?
Actually, my son got it.
Oh, your son got one?
My son got a foul ball. Yeah, he would put it on IG. So yeah.
Oh,
and then another one.
Now, how close was he sitting right next to you? Was he sitting a few seats away?
Oh no, he was sitting on the opposite side of the stadium.
Oh, so it wasn't near your section.
No. Only ball that came next to me was that it went behind me. But once again, when the ball went, kids like the seagulls, mine,
yeah,
and ran over to us.
So
are
you hoping that a foul ball gets hit to you so you have the chance, or are you scared and you're one of those who like, no, please protect me?
No, because I'm gonna catch it and I'm gonna make sure I'll be put on TV. So that's what it is. So that's what's trending for everybody for entertainment, y'all. So coming up after the break, we're gonna talk more NFL, more NBA, and also my Tennessee Volunteers. Yeah, we're gonna speak on Nico, y'all. It's the morning drive, man.
Here's a quick weather update from the News 3 First Warning Storm Team.
Good morning. I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. Warming up today. High temperatures headed to the upper 70s to near 80 degrees. We'll see partly cloudy skies. For tonight, partly cloudy with lows in the low to mid 60s. For tomorrow, high temperatures in the low 70s. More clouds, a blend of partly to mostly cloudy skies, and just a small chance for a shower. For News 3, I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. Have a great day.
Did you know that the minimum limits in Virginia are $30,000? $30,000 is a lot of money on an individual basis, but if you're involved in a personal injury matter, that's not enough. Here at Williams Lloyd's, we're happy to provide a consultation on the amount of coverage you have in your vehicle. It can be confusing. Not many people understand it. You know you need to have it, but do you have enough? Give us a call today at 757-547-5555 so we can help you prepare in the case of an automobile accident or any other personal injury matter that you or your family may find yourself in.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why there's CHKD Sports Medicine. Advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger, fries, drink, and a sundae. No time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. Right now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us. And the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
How you get into all these accidents anyway? Like, how you always there? How you always the one that they call? Because you get it. Top Dog Law.
You're listening to Fox Sports 1310, WGHAM, W265EF Newport News, and WVSP-FM HD2 Yorktown. This is Fox Sports 1310.
We are Fox Sports.
This Fox Sports 1310 update is brought to you by...
We got more tickets to give away. It's the Virginia Sports Hall of Fame Breakfast with Champions. The Virginia Sports Hall of Fame Induction Week 2025 Breakfast with Champions, Saturday, April the 26th from the Westin Hotel at 9 a.m. Wake up with the Virginia Sports Hall of Fame incoming inductees at Breakfast with Champions. Event features a breakfast with the incoming class, Q&A with the class, and an autograph session, meet and greet, and more. One pair of tickets will be given away. The first one to dial it up now, 757-497-1310. Again, that is 757-497-1310, and you could win. Good morning. It is 7 a.m., and this is your Fox Sports Update. The Norfolk Tides lost to the Gwinnett Stripers 12-8 yesterday. Jose Devers was 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs, and Alex Verdugo also homered. The Tides lost the series 4-2 to the Stripers. They are off today, but will be back off to Omaha to play the Storm Chasers in a 6-game series. The Grand Slam is finally complete. Rory McIlroy won his 4th career major and his first ever green jacket at the Masters yesterday. While Rory was battling Bryson DeChambeau in the front 9, he ended up going to a playoff with Justin Rose and won. The Orioles lost to the Blue Jays in extra 7-6. Alejandro Kirk homered and helped lead the Blue Jays to the extra innings win, and Jeff Hoffman nailed the door shut to get the save. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310 AM, 100.9 FM, and always streaming live on YouTube at Cova Sports TV, and live on the Fox Sports 1310 app with Suave, myself, and Johnny D. It's the 7 o'clock hour. Let's get straight to it.
Live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios, the official home of the Hampton Road sports fan. It's the Morning Drive, powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310, along with Suave and J-Lo. Here's your host, Johnny.
Hey, Hampton Roads. Great to be with you. 7:05 on this glorious Monday morning in the 757. 47 degrees if you're waking up on your way to the office this morning. We appreciate you. It's the Morning Drive. Johnny D, Suave, J-Lo. Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app. We will update our polls on the X, formerly known as Twitter, coming up here in about a minute at Drive Johnny D, on Instagram and Morning Drive Johnny D. And good morning to our YouTube family, where we are streaming live this morning at Cova Sports TV. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. You got a comment, drop it into the comment box this morning. The Warpath has chimed in this morning. Hank has chimed in this morning. Says if the Cavs at OKC don't make the finals, it is a choke. I don't know if it's a choke.
No, it's not a choke.
I don't believe it's a choke. What is the actual definition of a choke? Because I heard this for 18 holes yesterday talking about Rory McIlroy,
Yeah.
right? That if he doesn't win after having a 2-stroke lead going into the final round, this will be a choke. I think he got up to 4. He had a 4-stroke lead.
Mm-hmm.
But J-Lo, if you don't mind, look up the definition of a choke in sports. I am curious to see what the actual definition is. Couple of things I want to get off my chest very quickly. And then coming up in about 20 minutes, we'll give you the latest NFL news and notes. A quiet weekend for the most part as we get ready for the NFL draft. Josh Johnson is in the news. We're gonna test the boys this morning to see how well they know their backup quarterback, or third string quarterback, I should say. And the latest on Shedeur Sanders, where his draft place may end up being. And we mentioned this last week before the news came out about their starting quarterback being injured. I think it's almost a lock now where Shedeur Sanders will end up in the NFL draft. So we'll get to that story coming up at about 7:30 this morning. 7:45, we're going to talk some college football. This Nico story coming out of Tennessee, we will give you the latest because there are a lot of people on social media there, Suave. You're a Tennessee fan that are kind of split. Like, who to blame? Are you blaming the kid? Are you blaming the kid's representatives? Are you blaming Tennessee? Or are you blaming the NCAA? So we'll get to the entire story and the latest because, like anything else, the more time we give it, the more information that comes out. The latest info was apparently he wanted to sit out the playoff game against Ohio State because that's where all the leverage is. You're getting ready to play Ohio State. in the college football playoff. Oh, by the way, I'm trying to make $4 million a year, not $2 million a year. So we'll get to this story coming up at about 7:45 this morning. 8 o'clock hour, we'll recap some of the top headlines of the day. Andy Bitter will join us. He handles Virginia Tech reporting. He was on the sideline for their spring game. We'll get the latest. J-Lo gave us the latest from the UVA spring game where he was not impressed. That's my takeaway. You were not impressed with UVA football.
It was a fun time. It was
no,
a nice time.
No. I'm talking about nice time. Talking about product on the field. Were you impressed or not impressed? It should be a nice time.
Yeah, there was nothing too impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, there was nothing to see really. A lot of players were sitting out and stuff, but for the players we did see, it was a little fun.
Now I'm assuming your family is season ticket holders.
We were.
You were?
Yes.
Ooh. Can we get some breaking news music there? Breaking news music there, Suave? That all of a sudden we're not season ticket holders?
Well, last year was the first year we didn't because my dad wasn't going to be able to go to half the games because they were all early in the season and whatnot.
But now, you get them and then you sell them.
But yeah, but now since we've gone a couple times credentialed and stuff, it's like we're not going to spend all that money.
Okay, so you see what's going on here, Suavo. It is happening.
And if I don't get credentialed, then I'll just buy the ticket.
Well, he's credentialed as well, right?
So he gets credentialed.
Yeah,
too.
he gets
not
credentialed.
He's not guaranteed, but most of the time he'll get it. Yes.
Okay, so the bigger games.
Yes.
So the bigger. So he's an event guy like you.
Yeah.
He's an event guy. If it's worth my time to go up to Charlottesville for a big time matchup, I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's fine. I got no problem with that.
Me neither.
I told you this. I was once a season ticket holder for the University of Virginia.
Philly. Oh, that too.
Yes,
okay.
I was for 1 year when my kid was young. Seriously, true story.
Yeah, no, I got something after that. Yeah.
Yeah, true story. When my kid was young, UVA was taking on Oregon.
Oh, they used to have a contract with Oregon.
Yeah, they had a contract with Oregon.
Multiple years.
It was more cost effective, Suave, for us to buy a season ticket package
than to just get a single game ticket.
to get a single game ticket. So this is what we did. We went and we had some pretty good seats. And we went to the Oregon game, and then I took the rest of the tickets. They had Georgia Tech at home, they had Virginia Tech at home, and one of them a really good one. And I sold them.
Yeah, it's like
and I pretty much paid my entire season tickets just by selling the Virginia
like
Tech.
2012, 2014,
Somewhere
like
in
that.
there.
Yeah, I know
Somewhere
what you're talking about. Yeah. We had them since. So my dad always had them when he was a kid, and we got them for the first time in 2019, which was the sole year that UVA football was so exciting for me. Yeah. And I'm like, oh man, this is going to be awesome getting season tickets every year. And then they fell off a cliff.
Yeah, they did.
Those ticket prices. Now they're begging people to go into the stands.
Well, you know, what NASCAR, the Richmond race, that's what happened to the Richmond race, man. When I was first doing radio, those tickets were gold.
I know. Yeah.
You couldn't get those tickets. You had to pay a lot of money to go to the Richmond race. Now, the last couple of years, hell, they're giving them away at 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I can buy them. That's what you need to know.
Forget about buying them. No, I'm not talking about buying them. I'm talking about I could go up to the Wawa right here at the corner of Newtown Road, and somebody will be sitting on a corner going, hey, instead of giving me money, I'm giving you Richmond race tickets.
They want to.
That's what's happening.
They just want to
right
make
now.
the stands look full. That's all they want to do.
That's all. I'm telling you, man. It is dropped. It is dropped off big time. But you should be a UVA season ticket holder. Why not? How much do they cost?
Oh, it's nothing.
That's what I mean. So do it. Be that guy.
There's no point in getting.
Be that guy.
To go credentialed.
Be that guy.
To go to credentialed, but still have season tickets.
Why not? You go with your buddies, right? You get them. Your buddies are going. You guys are hanging out at the tailgate.
So this might come as a surprise to you. I don't have any buddies that are UVA fans.
All right, here we go. We're just going down a rabbit hole there, Suave.
You keep on going down.
Oh, my fault.
I know a lot of Virginia Tech fans. I don't know many UVA fans around.
My fault. I should have seen this coming.
You know what? J-Lo's a very interesting person. I did not know what he just said.
He's really not.
No, listen, you heard what you just said, right?
Yeah, he's got a lot of Tech fans.
Okay, so you got a lot of Tech fans. His family's from Philly. So then you got a lot of Philly fans, don't you? For his friends.
I don't know a lot, like not best friends. I just know of a lot of more. There's a lot more Tech fans around the 757 than there is UVA fans.
I'll agree with that.
I agree with that.
I believe that's true.
Yeah.
I believe that's true. Okay. Well, good luck to you. I mean, if I were you, man, I go out on a limb and say I'm going to be a season ticket holder.
Trust me, if I won't go in credentialed or nothing, I would. I told my dad this the other day. I told him, I can tell you right now, if I wasn't going to sit in the press box of these UVA games, I would cough up the money to be a UVA season ticket. It sounds bad, but I would for football.
Hey, a big week locally. Admirals back in action, right? Playoff hockey coming up on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Good stuff right there. We'll preview that a little bit more tomorrow.
You want me to try and get Weston on the program in the next couple days?
Yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, he is the voice of the Admirals and a friend of the program. That'll be great, so we can promote that. The Tides in action this weekend. Did not realize that Alex Verdugo played on Gwinnett.
Yeah, he's with Gwinnett now.
He had an absolute bomb over the weekend, though.
389.
No, that's not what the TV broadcast.
You're talking about Saturdays.
Saturday, I think it was like 420.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Something ridiculous to right center. I did not realize he's in the Braves organization.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Like last year. And then he fell off a cliff.
He was with the Yankees once upon a time.
He was with the Red Sox forever, I feel.
I mean, there's the guy that was with the Dodgers there, Suave. And really had a nice season with the Dodgers. All of a sudden they said, yeah, Mookie Betts is better than you.
So go to Boston.
Yeah, go to Boston. We don't want you.
The country.
All right, so go to baseball purgatory. And that is the Boston Red Sox. And then all of a sudden Boston's like, yeah, we don't like you. We don't like you so much. We're going to let you go to the New York Yankees. Right? That's how much we dislike you.
And then the Yankees said.
And then the Yankees said, God, you suck.
Boy, you're bad. He fell off a cliff.
You are bad. Like, we thought there was a little bit left in the tank. No, you're terrible. The Yankees let him go.
Go down south.
Let him go.
So he went from the west to the east to the south. That man's internationally known.
Terrible. One thing I did want to bring up. Can we get an update on our poll? Because I do want to add something to the poll question. It came up during the Masters broadcast. And I have encountered this before. And I could tell you, in all honesty, there are a lot of things on this planet that I don't like. This may be at the top of the list.
Oh, boy. Even above me?
Even above you.
Oh, man.
Believe it or not. I don't know why you think I hate you. I don't. Thank you.
I don't think,
please.
I'm just
like, if this makes you feel better, I don't hate you. I don't even think about you outside of the studio.
Just joking around.
There's
nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that, Suave.
I think about y'all a couple times.
No, not at all.
Suave's instigating. That's all.
Not at all.
No, I do think about it. I always want to think about, how to better the show, how make sure everyone's good and stuff like that. I do think about y'all, but to say,
not one bit. Not one bit. The second I get into my car in the parking lot, there's not a thought in my mind about J-Lo at all. Until he texts me just out of the blue. He texts me out of the blue. I think about it. I respond, and then I move on. Yeah, I'm trying to be more present and more forward thinking. I don't want to think in reverse. I'm thinking about being present and be more forward thinking.
That's a good way of thinking.
I'm trying.
It's basically saying, like, y'all, we are in the past. He's thinking
leave
forward.
the past behind you.
Tomorrow.
I mean, no, I'm just talking about you need to learn to be present where your feet are and then looking forward. That's why when you drive a car there, J-Lo, the rear view mirror is smaller than the front windshield.
This had to be the most cliche thing I heard this whole day so far. What in the world have we gone through? J-Lo, update the questions, please.
Yes, J-Lo, if you don't mind, can you update the poll questions on the exit drive, Johnny D, please?
Our basic favorite poll questions of the day. What would you rather have seen? A Rory McIlroy win, a Rory McIlroy choke, a Justin Rose win, or a Bryson DeChambeau win? 81.8% goes to a Rory McIlroy win. And by the way, the definition of a choke, John D, in sports. Choking in sports refers to the failure.
There are a lot of people that were pulling for Rory to choke again.
Yeah.
I kind of got that feeling that they were pulling for him, and then all of a sudden when he started to go south, Suave, they were like, here we go again. This is what we want to see. We want to see a meltdown. That's what people want. We want to see a meltdown. Unless you had a futures ticket. We wanted to see a meltdown of Rory McIlroy. So good for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Rory became the 6th golfer to complete the Grand Slam. Who is the greatest golfer of all time? 80% goes to Tiger Woods. 20% goes to Jack Nicklaus.
Again, I don't know how I feel. If you have not seen a man play, how could you vote for him?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I haven't.
Like I never saw Will Chamberlain play. Right, I never saw Will Chamberlain play. I'm bluesy. I'm like a
Bill Russell.
Bill Russell.
Our final one. Would you spend $55 for your favorite team's trucker hat? 1.4%. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. I got to be honest. I would spend that type of money if it was a hat that I truly enjoyed, that it fit well, not make my head look big, and I knew I was going to be wearing it all the time.
You wear hats all the time.
And I wear hats all the time. Yeah, I mean, I got a couple of hats. I'm very particular about my hats. I don't like fitted hats, and I don't like the adjustable cap.
Yeah, I don't like the velvet.
I like the trucker hats, and I think that's a good snapback trucker hat. 55 is a little bit of a high price tag. I'm not going to lie. However, I feel like you're going to wear that. You are going to wear that thing out.
Absolutely. Y'all hear this earlier? This is what you want me to get. This is the master.
Yeah, but why are you playing now?
This is talking about Rory.
Okay, well now Rory's old.
Thank you.
You're a little
Now
late.
we're talking about hat. Is there a hat song you got there?
No, forget about that.
You don't want a
Okay,
hat song.
move on.
Yeah,
is that the last poll question?
That's all we got.
Okay, so that's all we got. So the polls are open on our X, formerly known as Twitter, at Drive Johnny D, at Instagram, The Morning Drive Johnny D. The comment box is open on the YouTube stream at Cova Sports TV. Hank's got a lot of comments this morning.
He's going buck wild.
Let me try to get to these going into the break. Because, I owe it to Hank.
Oh, boy.
He says, get those NHRA tickets ready.
I actually watched some NHRA yesterday
You
after
did?
the Masters.
Okay.
And I didn't know what was going on, basically.
You did not.
It was cool for the 2 seconds that it happened, and then it was okay, that's it. You had you had two racers had false starts. I mean, it was a whole mess. It was a mess.
I'm trying to look at the NHRA schedule to see, are they coming here anytime soon?
Hank always talks about it, so
it's coming in April. Let's see. They're at
I
the
look
Vegas.
at it now.
They're at the Vegas Speedway this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Then they've got Concord, North Carolina, coming up April 25th to the 27th. And then what do we got here down in Illinois? Let's do this. Let's see if we could effort them to see if we can get some tickets for the Concord, North Carolina. That's not too far.
No.
Where's Concord?
That's down in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Okay, that's as close as we're gonna get.
That's about what,
I see
3,
Tennessee.
4
No,
hours?
I'm sorry. They're going to be in North Dinwiddie, Virginia Motor Park Speedway, Motorsports Park, June 20th to the 22nd, the Virginia NHRA Nationals.
Hey,
that's what we got to work on there,
Yeah.
J-Lo. Make a note. Make a note right now. Let's work on that. And I see you could get credentialed for that. That would be spectacular.
Very.
That would be perfect. I think it goes hand in hand. You get credentialed. We make an entire event. Get a second credential. Bring old white honky with you. And we'll be good. We'll be good to go.
I forgot about that.
Right?
Yeah.
Bring the old honky with you.
Old white honky.
What a
Right?
name. What
That'll
a
be
rat
perfect.
name.
Yeah, we'll take care of that.
Come
All
to
right.
the stage. White
Also, how the F does Isaiah have a job? He can't even speak. Costanza had interaction with Astro execs. Good old Seinfeld on him, right?
Even I get that reference.
And Jack Nicklaus didn't have the club and the golf ball technology of today. Here it goes. More LeBron hates. Oh, boy.
Lord.
Oh, Lord.
What rabbit hole have we gone
Oh,
down?
boy. Jeez Louise, man. You want LeBron? Hey, coming up, Skip Bayless is back in the news. The latest over the weekend where his desperate attempt to get LeBron James' attention.
He is
Also,
trying.
the latest NFL news and notes to get into the landing spots for one Shador Sanders, I think is pretty much set now. We'll discuss. It is a Monday edition. It's the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Rapid Radios. Expect bumper-to-bumper traffic heading east on 64 between Settlers Landing Road and Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. We're seeing some congestion heading northbound on 664 between 164 and College Drive. You can expect some delays due to closures on the ramp from Bainbridge Boulevard to South Military Highway, as well as construction work on Bainbridge Boulevard between South Military Highway and Outlaw Street. I'm Elena Begso on Fox Sports 1310.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional...
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
Kova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit kovapainting.com or call 757-550-7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger for a limited time, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. Yeah, this is not the time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. And there's bacon on that burger. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Now, for a limited time on the $7 meal deal lineup. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
What does happiness mean to you?
Being in the ocean with you, watching you catch super fun waves.
In Virginia Beach, happiness is breaking barriers and savoring the sunshine.
I couldn't pick a better place or a better person to be with. This is what makes me happy.
Happiness is going all out.
And taking it all in.
Here, happiness is whatever you make it. Find yours in Virginia Beach.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
James Catato tells us tonight there's a new team making new noise in the USL2 scene on the other side of the water.
Something special is brewing inside the walls of the Virginia Beach Sportsplex.
We're not here for moral victories. When we're on our day, we're a legit team.
See the stars of the future in pre-professional action at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. This combined season ticket special is for men's and women's. That's 15 games for just $100 for adults and $80 for youth. VBU has a brand new women's team that competes in the W League. Soccer fans, it's time to rally behind Virginia Beach United. Tickets are on sale now. Visit vbunited.com. Don't miss out on Virginia Beach United.
The Fox Sports 1310 mobile app.
Yes, sir. Got some NFL news and notes to get to here in a second. Also, Skip Bayless is back in the news, man. Boy, he showed his ass over the weekend. I got to get to this. It is such a desperate attempt to be relevant, where now people are saying, I thought this guy was not even on TV anymore. Like, what does he do?
He's on YouTube.
Now he just does his podcast with blank backgrounds.
Yeah.
Like, again, he is he's some sort of I don't know what we're talking about here. Like, what would I be referring to? He's
an influencer.
No. He's not an influencer. He does his podcast from like remote locations where terrorists usually hold people for hostage. You don't know what's going on.
Happening. Maybe he's being held from hostage.
I don't know.
He's on his own cognizance, y'all.
I don't know, man. But it's that some of the comments again this weekend. Such a desperate attempt to get LeBron James' attention. Really was. Now he's bringing Rory McIlroy into the mix. I'll get to those comments coming up here in a second. And then coming up at 7:45 this morning, we got to talk some college football. The latest on the Tennessee quarterback, Nico, who is no longer the Tennessee quarterback. And I will say this, good for Tennessee.
Yep.
Good for Tennessee.
Yep.
The Tell Kellen Talking text line is open this morning at 757-497-1310. That's 757-497-1310. We'll read your text messages coming up here in a little bit. In the meantime, though, We do have playoff tickets to give away. That is correct. The opening home game of the Kelly Cup playoffs is going to be Wednesday, April the 16th. It's coming up in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Yes.
At the Norfolk Scope, your Norfolk Admirals, which I think they rolled out. Did they roll out the Virginia Beach uniforms the other night?
I think they did.
Those things were fire, man.
Yes, it is.
God, the marketing department of the Admirals that came up with the city type of connection jerseys. I know the Portsmouth was pretty good. There are a couple of Virginia Beach is phenomenal. If you have not seen it, certainly get to their website and check it out. But we are giving away a pair of tickets, free pair of tickets. First person to dial it up right now, 757-497-1310. Puck drops 7:45 on Wednesday. The value of these tickets may be more than J-Lo's hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe
quite
more.
possible. Quite possible.
Yeah.
Maybe more than your $55 hat. So you want to be the first person to dial it up right now at 757-497-1310.
The Wheeling Nailers. See, they're playing.
Are you going Wednesday night?
I plan on going. Yes.
You plan on going as a credentialed media member?
I think I was going to potentially get a ticket. I don't know. I'll see what's going on with that email you got sent a little while ago. So.
Okay. So you're going to go as a fan.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you go as both? Why don't you do a little pregame credential work? Seriously. And then you put the credential away, and then you become a fan. Can't do that?
I mean, I can. I just
we're trying to get content. All right.
I know. Yeah.
Oh boy, Suave needs you. He needs a pen. Okay, he needs a pen over there.
We're good. But yeah, Wheeling Nailers out of West Virginia, and it's a best of 7 series, Johnny. The Admirals get the first 2 games, and then the rest of the series is on the road. So you got to enjoy these games now because you ain't getting no other ones.
Gotcha. Lynn Taylor chimes in this morning. What's up, strugglers? Not sure what that means. Well, good morning, Lynn. We appreciate you. Also, Hank's got a comment in the NFL. I was about to get to that comment here in a second. Let me just get to Skip Bayless's comment over the weekend talking about Rory McIlroy. He says, Rory McIlroy, I want to make this comment and get the thoughts of both you and Suave, but Rory McIlroy is the LeBron James of golf, a supremely gifted, nice guy without a killer instinct. Bryson DeChambeau is the Jake Paul of golf,
Oh, dear God.
who isn't afraid to do it his way and who beat Rory with an amazingly clutch long bunker shot at Pinehurst. Now, this was Skip Bayless during the round, where Skip Bayless also did a little video that says Rory McIlroy doesn't have the clutch gene to win his first Masters. Now, to his credit, quote, was I ever wrong about Rory? He kept choking his guts out. Then he was Jordan-esque, end quote. So again, even when he's trying to give a compliment to Rory McIlroy, it's a little bit of a backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
Is what he says.
Yeah,
All right.
No. Mm-hmm.
There has never been a happier Masters winner than Rory McIlroy, and I've never seen more friends and family happier for a Masters winner. Well, that tells you a little bit about Rory McIlroy. Okay. But your thoughts, do you compare a Rory McIlroy to a LeBron James, J-Lo?
No. Those are two very different people. Again, we just talked about it. I don't think I consider Rory McIlroy the GOAT of golf. I don't even think, I don't know if you can put him in the top 2. I don't know enough about golf, and, I never saw Jack Nicklaus play, whatnot. You can't put him in the conversation, though. LeBron just has, as a solo player, has had so much success across the NBA, just success that Rory can't compare to, I don't think.
Timeout.
What's wrong?
Timeout.
What's wrong?
Are we doing this again?
Not me. This was Skip Bayless over the weekend.
Second time that someone wins an achievement and it goes right back to LeBron.
This is what it's all about, man. It's Skip Bayless. He is so desperate to get a response from LeBron James. He is so jealous of the fact that Stephen A. Smith was able to get a response from the one and only LeBron James, where LeBron James went on Pat McAfee to throw shade at Stephen A. Smith, where, guess what? Skip Bayless, for his entire career that LeBron has been playing, has so desperately tried to get LeBron to respond. LeBron won't do it. So he is now going out of his way to come up with the most ridiculous comparisons and comments only to get the attention of one LeBron James, where he continues to ignore his attempts.
but this is 2 weeks already. You had Alec win.
Suave. It's not 2 weeks.
No, I'm talking about
This is
the hockey
years.
guy.
Oh God. It's
you
all the
remember that?
talking heads. I guarantee you, when I go home today and I watch all the various TV shows, the first takes, the get-ups, the first things first, the facility, speak, whatever it might be, Colin Cow, they're all going to find a way. They're all going to find a way to work Rory McIlroy's Masters win into a LeBron, Kobe, MJ debate. It will happen.
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
It
sometime
happens every
this morning.
single time. Absolutely. And one conversation will spiral into 1,800 other ones from all the other talking heads.
I mean, good Lord.
Oh my God.
By the way, Lynn Taylor has chimed in this morning, and I'm not sure. I don't know what to make of this. What do you guys think of the chicken jockey scene in the Minecraft movie?
Yeah,
we talked about that last week.
Yeah.
Bro, please read my comment. I beg you. My girlfriend broke up with me. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh,
it's always a sad occasion from Lynn
sorry.
This morning. That's not Hank. This is Lynn.
No, I'm talking about after that.
Yeah.
What Hank just said.
Hank's got a couple of comments for Lynn. We'll let you two work it out.
Come on, Hank.
We'll let you work it out on the YouTube stream this morning. All right, some NFL news and notes I want to get to. The Bears have made Gordon the highest paid slot corner in the NFL. Dak Prescott addressed the media over the weekend regarding his hamstring. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. He said he could play if he had to, that he is progressing nicely, and he could play if he had to. We mentioned Joey Flacco is now going to be your quarterback in Cleveland. And I think the big story that came out over the weekend is one Derek Carr, where apparently, so you remember Kellen Moore, when he took the job in New Orleans, was a little bit lukewarm on Derek Carr on that situation. Then he kind of warmed up to him a little bit. Well, apparently Derek Carr has a shoulder injury that could put his status for the 2025 season in jeopardy. That, according to multiple reports on Friday. The Saints are scheduled to begin their offseason training program on Monday. The injury put Carr's attendance in question as the team begins its first 2025 preparations under new head coach Kellen Moore. Initial thoughts when I saw this: number one, he just doesn't want to work out. I get it. Most veteran quarterbacks are like that. He's got 2 years remaining on his contract that he signed in 2023. But a source told ESPN's Jeremy Fowler that he was open to testing the market earlier in the offseason. And I think the market talked back and said, we don't want you. That's what the market said. When I saw this, and you're talking about the Saints, where they have about $27 million in cap space available if they wanted to sign another quarterback. Well, let's go down the list, shall we? Number one, Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
Right? Without a doubt. If he's not going to go to Pittsburgh, then he could go to New Orleans, or maybe he's still holding out for Minnesota. I don't know. Number two, you're sitting at number 9. There's your landing spot for Shedeur Sanders, right? Kellen Moore is a quarterback guy. Played quarterback in the NFL, has coached quarterbacks in the NFL, played quarterback in college, was very good at Boise State. So now all of a sudden, the Saints sitting at number 9, where we talked about this last week, right? Outside of maybe that top 4 or 5, where could a Shedeur Sanders fall? Could he possibly slide all the way back to 21 of the Pittsburgh Steelers? I think right now, if you got any questions, Swap, any questions at all about Derek Carr and his health going into the 2025 season, and you got a head coach in there who's an offensive-minded guy that wants a guy that could sling it out of the pocket, you got to take Shedeur Sanders.
Absolutely. Or you're going to go with Spencer Rattler. So take.
You got to take Shedeur Sanders.
There you go.
I would rather Shedeur Sanders as well. And I think that's dangerous. People kind of underplay the fact Kellen Moore with a rookie quarterback like Shedeur Sanders could be something that could be very interesting down the line. I think Kellen can develop him really well and have some nice, interesting play calling with him.
The quarterback room of the Saints may be the worst in the entire NFL. Like we joked a little bit about the Giants.
Other than the Steelers pre-Aaron Rodgers.
Right? So the Steelers is pretty bad, but they still have who? Kenny Pickett?
No, he was
No. Who,
they got Mason Rudolph.
That's
and
the Mason
Thompson.
Rudolph. Okay.
That's it.
And don't you dare say anything good about Mason Rudolph.
Spencer Rattler, the Hainer kid,
Yep.
who I think started a couple of games last year.
Yeah.
And Ben DiNucci. That's
Ben
it.
DiNucci.
Oh, Ben DiNucci over there.
Ben DiNucci.
Ben
That's
DiNucci.
it. How do you not look? If I'm Shedeur Sanders and I'm sitting in the green room, and the Saints pass on me at number 9, do you even question your status in the National Football League? How bad do they think I am? Where you got Spencer Rattler and Ben DiNucci sitting in your quarterback room, and you're still passing on me.
We don't want you there, buddy.
You're still passing on me. That's crazy. Speaking of quarterbacks, you guys thoughts, you guys are fanboys on the latest quarterback to now strap it up for your Washington Commanders. Old Joshy Johnson over there. Excited?
Yeah, I don't care. We've made multiple quarterback signings.
You don't
now.
care.
I don't really care anymore. We already have our quarterback room set. It's cool. It's nice to see him return. The last time we saw him in a Washington uniform is when we choked the season away because Alex Smith broke his entire leg apart. So, yeah, sure. It's nice. We really could have used him 6 years ago when we had the chance to make the playoffs, even though we really weren't going to make the playoffs under him. And yeah, that's my thoughts.
I really don't have no thoughts. Like, honestly, that year that you're talking about, J-Lo, that's when we had
Remember
Mark
how
Sanchez.
exciting that was? Oh, Sanchez.
Yeah.
Man, the quarterback room
Yeah.
after Smith got hurt. You're talking about Sanchez. You're talking about Josh Johnson. There was a third one. So who was it? I think
wasn't
it
there
was Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy played some too. And we were just trying to find an answer because we were on the brink of making the playoffs and the choke because Smith got. People forget how exciting that season was until Smith got hurt at the Texans game.
So once again, what reaction we need to have? The man's 38, 39 years old. I mean,
he's a runner.
He's a runner. Okay, so we got Marcus Mariota. So we got running quarterbacks. Like, what? I do not understand the pick. I don't understand why we picked him up.
We have to have a quarterback going into spring training.
Look, you need a veteran presence. Let's have a little bit of fun with this. Let's have a little bit of fun with this. Okay. We know he's been around the block.
Yeah.
Josh Johnson back in Washington. Here's a look at his 14 stops since 2008. 14 stops between the two of you.
Okay.
Let's see how many you can nail down.
I feel like he's with the Raiders.
Okay, so hold on a second because this is a long list here. Let me look here. The Raiders. No.
He was not with the Raiders?
Not with the Raiders.
The Buccaneers?
He was
with the Buccaneers, yes. 2008 to 2011.
He was with the Redskins.
Obviously with the Redskins. We know that. The Commanders, by the way. We don't say Redskins
At the time
anymore.
was the Redskins.
We don't say Redskins anymore.
Stop it. They say it in the building.
Shame on you. We do not say Redskins
You
anymore.
just said it 3 times.
I know. 2018 with the Redskins.
That's 4 times.
Okay. Was he with the Saints?
The odds of him being with the Saints is pretty good. Let me look at this list. No, he was not with the Saints.
How am I over 2?
I think he was he with the Jags?
With the Jags? No, he was not with the Jags.
Let me try. Did we say Cleveland?
Did you say Cleveland? Let me go down the list.
Please.
Because we could be here all morning.
Yeah.
Okay. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 2018 or 2008 to 2011. San Francisco 49ers after that. Then you got the Sacramento Mountain Lions. Forgot about that. The Cleveland Browns, the Cincinnati Bengals, the San Francisco 49ers, the Cincinnati Bengals again, the New York Jets in 2015, the Indianapolis Colts, the Buffalo Bills, the Baltimore Ravens, the New York Giants, the Houston Texans. I apologize. You were correct. The Oakland Raiders.
Okay.
In 2018, I was looking for Vegas. My fault on that
Yeah.
one. The Washington Redskins, 2018. San Diego Fleet, Detroit Lions, LA Wildcats, San Francisco 49ers, New York Jets, Baltimore Ravens, Denver Broncos, San Francisco 49ers again, the Baltimore Ravens, and now back with the Washington Commanders.
He may have beaten Ryan Fitzpatrick most teams.
That is a lot of teams.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of teams. Wow. That's a huge addition to the Washington Commanders quarterback room. All right. 7:42. We'll take a timeout. Coming up on the other side, we got to talk some college football. Who is to blame? Is it Tennessee? Is it Nico? Is it an NCAA? We will debate the latest coming out of college football and what I think is going to become the norm with NIL and transfer portal holding out. Yeah, baby. It's professional football at its best. We discuss. It's the Morning Drive.
Fox Fox Sports 1310 traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Rapid Radios. Heading west on 64, we're seeing heavy traffic between 4th View Street and Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel, as well as between Military Highway and George Washington Highway. For those of you heading north on 664, we're seeing some congestion between 164 and College Drive. And be aware of closures on the ramp from Bainbridge Boulevard to South Military Highway. I'm Elena Begso on Fox Sports 1310.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
Breaking news coming in from Bet360.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
Kova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit kovapainting.com or call 757-550-7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger for a limited time, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. Yeah, this is not the time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. And there's bacon on that burger. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Now, for a limited time on the $7 meal deal lineup. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
What does happiness mean to you?
Being in the ocean with you, watching you catch super fun waves.
In Virginia Beach, happiness is breaking barriers and savoring the sunshine.
I couldn't pick a better place or a better person to be with. This is what makes me happy.
Happiness is going all out.
And taking it all in.
Here, happiness is whatever you make it. Find yours in Virginia Beach.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
James Catato tells us tonight.
The big story over the weekend in college football, talking about the quarterback for Tennessee, Nico, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who apparently will be entering the transfer portal. As the story goes, 20-year-old college quarterback wanted a pay increase on his NIL. He was making about 2.4. He was holding out of meetings. He was not showing up for spring practice. Reports are coming out that his dad advised him to stay out of the playoff game with Ohio State last year as a leverage play. Okay. So negotiations were going on with their quarterback at Tennessee. And I guess Josh Heupel got to the point and said, why don't you move on? Why don't you move on? No one person, not even myself, is bigger than the Tennessee program. So you're talking about a 20-year-old college athlete who's making 2.4 this year, is unhappy, wants to renegotiate to make $4 million. And then the question that a lot of people are asking on social media there, Suave, what is college football coming to?
It's what you see is what you get. This is
Right.
what you wanted, right?
This is what happens
This is it.
when you start giving kids that really haven't accomplished much yet, outside of athletic achievements, a little bit of a leash to now negotiate what their value is. You know, the question is, we'll put it up on the poll this morning on the Exit Drive, Johnny D. The whole situation with Nico, the quarterback at Tennessee, who's to blame? who is to blame for this? Is it the NCAA for having no rules, no regulations, no restrictions when it comes to NIL? Is it the University of Tennessee where, not giving in to the demands, knowing that it's win at all costs, right? Absolutely. Or is it this quarterback where I believe, my personal opinion is, his representatives, they rolled the dice. Tennessee called their bluff, and they said, why don't you move on? We feel like we could still win a lot of football games with a mid-level guy. And was he even that good?
He was good in the regular season, but during the playoffs, he really didn't look. He was an okay, nice quarterback in the playoffs. He won nothing special in the playoffs.
He was nice.
It was nice, but the defense also did a work too. The defense did work for the Volunteers, and that's the issue with what was going on with Nico, because Nico is basically, for what the reports are showing, is like, it's because of me that where we at, what happened last season, when the reports are like, no, it's you're good, but the defense helped Tennessee out more than what you think you did.
Yeah. A lot of people on social media, it is interesting where a lot of people are kind of split on this, on who to blame. And here's the deal. This is the face of college athletics right now. This is how it works. I was reading over the weekend, the going budget for a college basketball roster is $12 million. $12 million. Split it up any way you want. Split it up any way you want. And this is why the NCAA is fighting for revenue sharing, because now once it goes through the colleges, you get about $21 million that you get to disperse any way you want. Football program, basketball program. You want to throw a little bit on gymnastics there, J-Lo? Go for it. You got the money to do it. How you divvy it up is totally up to you. That way, the colleges, the schools get their little piece of the pie. You knew it was coming, right? Yep. Full transparency, too. Once you do that, you know exactly who is getting what at that point. Yeah. But the bottom line is you created a monster. You made the quarterback bigger than anybody else on the roster, and this is what happens. A couple of comments on the X that I wanted to read, and then I want to get both of y'all's thoughts on who is to blame for this. But it's a very slippery slope. We have to remember that these are collegiate athletes and need to be protected from themselves in a way. We can't get to where they are operating as professionals and using approaches the pros can use. Well, guess what? That's their fault.
Yep.
You hire representation. You're pretty much saying, this is the route I want to go, right? Another person chimes in. This guy's name, by the way, is Bo's Tweets. Don't make the Tennessee quarterback the face of this. Let's not forget the white boy that had the issue with that UNLV last year.
Yeah.
And we brought that up.
Yep.
He's really the first one who was like, hey, I'm leaving. I'm out. And it was UNLV who was off to a great start last year. And a lot of people were talking about it. And where did this kid end up? He ended up at JMU, I believe.
Yeah, it was JMU.
Yeah. He's at JMU right now. Did he get his payday? I don't think so. I don't think he got the payday that he wanted.
Didn't get your raise, bud.
But I hope he is studying, because he's going to need a job. Right?
Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, though, my whole thing is, it was inevitable. Everybody knew it was coming. Everybody knew it was coming to the NCAA with all the changes and stuff, with the transfer portal and the NIL stuff. I just want to say, good for Tennessee. I'm so glad that they stood their ground and didn't just feed into him and they called his bluff. I was very happy with that. Now, with that being said, is that going to keep happening? No, because this is just the first domino.
Yep.
This is going to be going on forever now. Everybody's going to look and see to this moment and see, okay, we can ask for more money. And eventually the schools will give in, because they have to. They have to stay competitive. But I told my dad this too. I think the difference between, because this is very similar to what you see in the NFL when you see like Aaron Rodgers holding out of practice because he wants a new contract, or, that's just an example. The difference between this and the NFL, when you look at the college level, the drop off of quarterbacks between your starting and your second string quarterback is not as astronomical as it is in the NFL. In the NFL, you're going from a guy like Aaron Rodgers to like a Jeff Driscoll or like a Josh Johnson. In college, typically your backup
these
quarterback
dudes are five
is ready
stars.
to go.
You still got 5 stars.
You still got
that
a
are
nice
sitting
guy
there
to go in place. So it's not as astronomically a bad thing for Tennessee as it would be for like an NFL team.
Somebody equated it to, and I kind of agree with this, is if you go overseas to play, let's say basketball, right? This happens all the time. You're in the middle of a negotiation. Your contract's not getting done. You're not going to practice. Why would you do that? Unless you got an insurance policy, because if you get hurt, you're screwed.
Yeah,
so this goes on all the time. We're not used to it going on in college sports. That's the difference, right?
And this is why I kind of agree with Michael Parson because he chimed in on it. But listen what he said. It's kind of truthful what he said. He says college football is a joke right now. You might as well just make college into a semi-pro league, actually hold players accountable to the contracts they sign. He said college was never about money. College is about building character. I am the man I am today because of the brother and amazing coaches I've had during my time at Penn State. We are failing kids now because life isn't easy and we're allowing them to quit. Facts.
Well, Suave, here's the thing.
That's facts.
It already is a semi-professional league. This is professional football on a Saturday, and there's nothing you can say to deny that. It's the truth.
Yeah, but when
professional football on a Saturday.
But this will happen when money gets involved. We just did the story a couple weeks ago about that Kansas State dude. When money gets involved, it will sometimes mess with their mindset. The fact that they were like, well, look, I did these numbers on the field. I did these numbers on the court. Well, you know what? I should get paid for it. You don't want to pay for it? I go ahead and leave. So now what that coach said should be true. If you want to leave this program, some of that money should come back to the program then. That's exactly what should happen.
Suave, my reaction to you is simple. That's it. That's it. Sorry. I don't have any sympathy for these kids whatsoever.
No, not at all. I have zero.
Whatsoever. I don't.
You're talking about the college kids, right?
I'm talking about any kids, college kids,
okay.
Of course, that want a payday, and you've accomplished absolutely nothing.
Yep.
You've accomplished absolutely nothing.
Like I said, I'm very glad Tennessee stood on its ground. With that being said, it's not going to stay that way.
Well, it's not going to stay that way. You know why, J-Lo? Because somebody is going to pay him.
Yep, that is. Yep.
And then that's going to lead to more and more kids. Okay, well, I can get that kind of bag at that school. Okay, yep, goodbye.
Somebody's going to pay
so
him.
much for the culture of this team.
Peace and Love chimes in. His last name is literally I'ma leave. He will leave every team he joins. Right? And then another person chimes in, the rules only apply to certain players. That's what's obvious. And he's stating Arch Manning, who supposedly makes 6.6. I find that hard to believe because Arch Manning doesn't need to make 6.6. He really does not.
Texas football, isn't it?
Yeah, but he doesn't need to. I find it very hard to believe that the Manning family is going to allow this kid who has not even started really in college football to collect. I thought he gave away his money to charity. That was a big thing with him. His first NIL deal. And then the other one, $4 million in NIL going to Carson Beck, who, look, came up short at Georgia, and then he transfers over to the University of Miami. So there we go. College sports is not amateur sports. College football is a billion-dollar business, and the kids get paid millions. They do.
Yeah,
they're getting paid millions.
And you are right too, Johnny D. I'm checking it right now. It does say Arch Manning, his valuation is $6.5 million, which is $2 million more than the next highest.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Wow.
It is crazy.
Wow.
And the dude, look, upside, absolutely. Going to be the first pick of the NFL draft next year? Probably. If everything, works out for him. He should. He's got the gene pool. He's got the resources. He's got the tutelage and everything else going for him. And, oh, by the way, he's a pretty good kid from all indications, right? He's not an ass when you watch. Seriously, he seems like a pretty good teammate. He does things the right way. Carson Beck, don't really feel the same way about a Carson Beck from everything I've seen. I mean, look, a kid going out and buying a Lambo when you pretty much failed in the college football playoffs kind of bothers me a little bit. It does. Or whatever he had. What did he have? A Lambo or what was the other one? The other pricey car. Come on.
You're a Cybertruck, did he?
No, it wasn't a Cybertruck. I'm not a car guy.
I'm not either.
It was insane. But it's insane that you're paying these dudes that amount of money. Do I believe college kids should get paid? Absolutely.
Yes.
But you needed to go about this a better way.
You got to regulate it.
There had to be a salary cap of some sort.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's also inevitable. A salary cap will come to college football. I think
it has to.
At some point in the next 10 years, it's going to happen. That, and then they've got to find a way to enforce something in this transfer portal. You got to, like I said, I'm all for it. You got a guy who's dominating the MAC conference and he wants to go try and prove himself at the higher level. That's fine. Or vice versa. A guy at the higher level who's playing terrible or not getting enough time. He wants to get time. That's fine for the transfer portal. What you shouldn't see is players going to 3 or 4 different colleges throughout his college career, let alone in the same conference.
But that's two different arguments. We're not arguing about transfer portal. We're arguing about the money.
Yeah, but
They're two different arguments.
I get what you're saying.
Like the transfer portal, I don't have a problem with. If you got an opportunity to leave and better yourself, like a coach can leave tomorrow and you're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
But the old rules, you're screwed.
You're screwed.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So the note over the weekend, we were talking about it, that you got over 2,000 kids that are in the basketball transfer portal.
Mm-hmm.
You've had 53 coaches that have changed in college basketball with 6 openings, 53 coaches.
Unbelievable.
So if you're a kid on a roster, and there are very few kids who pick a university because of the quote unquote academics. They don't. You pick it because of the coaches.
Yep.
Right. These are the guys that you want to be around that are going to help you get to the next level. And if that coach leaves, you got every right to follow him or go somewhere else. If you don't get an opportunity, you got every right to go somewhere else and try to get that opportunity. I do have a problem with how many times you're going to transfer. There are dudes that have transferred 5 times in 5 years.
Yeah, like
enough already.
Yeah, I don't
unbelievable right there.
Like pick your school, and then if you have a situation where you need to follow a coach or you just need more playing time, blah blah, then you go to another school. You don't get to choose 4 different SEC schools.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
But the comments, man, people are all over the board about get with the times. Manny D tweets, stop moaning about the old ways and know that college athletes are more cognizant about their slices of the pie. They are. It wasn't about amateurism when coaches were demanding a king's ransom. So don't get pissed. Nico has the ability to leverage his situation now. I'm not pissed at him. Kid had every right. Guess what, though? You go.
Yep.
Go find it.
Ah.
Go find it. You rolled the dice. You thought Tennessee was going to cave in. They did not. So hopefully your representation did their due diligence and said, look, if they're not going to give you $4 million, we know X, Y, and Z will give you $4 million. That's all we're
If
saying.
you believe so, test the free agency out,
Yeah, there we
a.k.a. the
go.
transfer portal,
All
$4
right.
million.
Hour 2 of the books coming up in hour number 3. We'll read your texts. We'll read your tweets. Also going to tell you what at the Masters seeing this weekend really disturbed me. We'll get into that conversation. Also, it is the scroll of a Cowboy fan. Hank, that's right around the corner. It's the morning drive.
Here's a quick weather update from the News 3 First Warning Storm team.
Good morning. I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. Warming up today. High temperatures headed to the upper 70s to near 80 degrees. We'll see partly cloudy skies. For tonight, partly cloudy with lows in the low to mid 60s. For tomorrow, high temperatures in the low 70s. More clouds, a blend of partly to mostly cloudy skies, and just a small chance for a shower. For News 3, I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. Have a great day.
And here's what you need to know.
The Old Dominion baseball team hosts VCU tomorrow at 6 p.m. Hear the action from War Memorial Stadium in Hampton, right here on Fox Sports 1310, your home for ODU baseball. The Norfolk Tides hit the road this week and will face the Omaha Storm Chasers. The series opener is tomorrow afternoon. Meanwhile, the Norfolk Admirals begin play in round 1 of the 2025 Kelly Cup playoffs. Games 1 and 2 are at 7:05 on Wednesday and Thursday at Scope Arena against the Wheeling Nailers. For ticket information, go to norfolkadmirals.com. Norfolk's Keyshawn Davis is returning to Scope Arena on June 7th to defend his World Boxing Organization lightweight title versus Edwin De Los Santos. It's Davis's first fight since his title win on February 14th at Madison Square Garden.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
Portco is your local nonprofit organization dedicated to economic empowerment through employment for people with disabilities. We focus on abilities, not limitations, providing on-the-job vocational support. Find your pathway to employment. Contact us or learn more at portco.org.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
At Rush Soccer, our love of the game and the community we create doesn't stop when we leave the pitch or when the season ends. We are more than an individual player, team, club, or league. We are a truly global community of athletes, parents, coaches, professionals, and fans. We believe that youth sports
AM Newport News and WVSP-FM HD2 Yorktown. This is Fox Sports 1310. We are Fox Sports! This Fox Sports 1310 update is brought to you by
the Fox Sports 1310 mobile app. Don't forget, you can take us anywhere you go with the Fox Sports 1310 app. Download us now via the Apple App Store or Google Play Store today. Good morning. It is 8 a.m. It's time for the Power Hour, and this is your Fox Sports update. The Norfolk Tides lost to the Gwinnett Stripers 12-8. Jose Devers was 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs, and Alex Verdugo also homered. The Tides lost the series 4-2. They are off today, but they'll be back off to Omaha tomorrow to play the Storm Chasers in a 6-game series. The Grand Slam is finally complete. Rory McIlroy won his 4th career major and his first ever green jacket at the Masters yesterday. While Rory was battling Bryson DeChambeau in the front 9, he ended up going to a playoff with Justin Rose and won. The Orioles lost to the Blue Jays in extra 7-6. Alejandro Kirk homered and helped lead the Blue Jays to the extra innings win. And Jeff Hoffman nailed the door shut to get the save for the Blue Jays. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310 AM, 100.9 FM, and always streaming live on YouTube at Cova Sports TV and live at the Fox Sports 1310 app. Straight ahead, you love them. It's the scroll of Cowboy fan Hank. It's the Morning Drive.
Broadcasting live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D. Powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310.
Hey, Hampton Roads. Great to be with you. It's a Monday. It's an overreaction Monday. What are we overreacted to? Hit us up via the Tell 'em Kell 'em Talk and text line this morning at 757-497-1310. I will get to your text messages coming up here in about 10 minutes. Also, one disturbing thing that I learned about the Masters over the weekend. No doubt about it, by the way, CBS got their guy. Could we all agree that CBS went out of their way, almost jinxed them a couple of times during the broadcast, too, that they really wanted Rory McIlroy to be at Butler's cabin afterwards, getting the green jacket. They did not want Bryson DeChambeau. They wanted Rory. They got Rory. And I'm sure when we read the ratings later on this afternoon, it will reflect that. So the PGA got what they want and the whole live debate and everything else. Because Bryson is a live defector, is he not? I believe he is.
It's really weird how it works. I don't know. I think he's both, though. Yeah.
I think he's both. So talking a little Masters on the program today, I do want to get into pimento cheese.
Yeah.
This came up during the Masters broadcast. I do want to find out from our listening audience their true feelings about pimento cheese. I had an interaction with pimento cheese about a year ago. It was not a good interaction. And apparently this is a very popular thing at the Masters or Suave is pimento cheese sandwiches. That's big. I'm not a pimento fan, so we'll get into this debate coming up here in a little bit because I want to rank the cheeses then. Because somebody told me pimento is at the top of the Mount Rushmore, and I said, no way in hell. No way I'm putting pimento ahead of Colby or provolone. I'm a big provolone guy. Gouda. Man, Gouda has its moments. So we'll discuss it coming up here in a little bit. I'm a big provolone guy.
Me too.
I go home or I go over to the folks' house. I like to get a little provolone with a little prosciutto, roll it all up. That's my little snack. It's probably not good for me. I'll have to ask the trainer tomorrow.
Say, don't tell your trainer.
How you say that again, Johnny D?
Which part?
Prosciutto.
It's prosciutto. Yeah, a little provolone and a little prosciutto. I will not bring that up with the trainer. Every time I bring up food with the trainer, he says, not good for you. Not good for you. Not good for you. Give me a break. Enough already. Uncrustables, not good for you. Well, yeah. Apparently,
I just ate one a few minutes ago.
apparently one has 70 grams of sugar. Another one has 10. So I got to figure out which one has the 10. I think the strawberry has got the 10. Well, there it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, it does.
Where I finally said, enough already. Don't talk to me about food. Can't do it. Although I was pretty good over the weekend. I've cut back tremendously on my Diet Pepsis.
Oh, good.
I'm trying.
Nice.
I'm getting headaches throughout the day now, but I'm trying very hard to substitute with water instead of a Diet Pepsi.
That's good.
I'm a lot more cranky, though.
That's for the best.
So get ready.
Okay.
8:45. We'll talk a little college athletics. A friend of the program, Andy Bitter, will drop by. He was at Tech's spring game this weekend, so we'll talk to him. All right, look, before we get to the scroll, we got somebody on the line?
Yes, we do.
Who do we got on the line?
Opto from Arizona.
Opto from Arizona. Good morning, Opto. How are you, my friend?
What's up, Johnny? It's been a while.
It has been a while. You doing okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I moved to Scottsdale, actually. I'm doing good, man.
All right. How you feeling about your Phoenix Suns, by the way, not making the NBA playoffs?
Well, yeah, man. I mean, not really a Suns guy, but hey, it happens. You know what I mean?
I hear you. All right. So what's on your mind on a Monday?
Yeah, man. On this Monday, I had a question for you and a special request as well. I don't know. It's up to you if you want to do the request. But my question is yeah, man. My first question is, what did you think of the Minecraft movie, man? And number two is if you could sing a song from the movie, I would go insane. But it's totally up to you if you don't want to.
Well, here's the problem. I got no problem singing. Because damn if I don't have a good voice. However, I'm not going to get caught dead watching the movie. Now, the other two jabronis behind the glass, have you guys seen the movie?
I haven't seen the movie yet.
All right. I think they are planning on seeing the movie. How about this, Opto? I will try to make it a point this week. I'll try to get out to see the movie. And then once I see the movie, I will circle back with you and we'll pick a song. And if you want my twinkle tones on this radio program to sing you a song, I'll sing you a song. How about that?
All right, man. That sounds perfect, man. That's
all good.
Perfect.
All right, brother. I appreciate you. All right, be good. There we go. All right, so I got to make a note this week.
And you got to
watch the Minecraft movie.
Right.
Chicken jockey.
Oh, man. That chicken jockey scene, Johnny.
I'm telling you right now.
You're going to put an umbrella? You're like an umbrella
If I go to this movie and damn chickens break out, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not doing it ever again. Okay? Not doing it ever again.
Chicken jockey.
Telling you right now, it's not happening.
That's got to be one of the greatest YouTube clips that we've ever gotten.
Absolutely.
No, it's
funny.
terrible. Absolutely terrible. All right. Speaking of terrible, joining us right now, back by popular demand. Hit the open, please.
3, 2, 1. Time to open the scroll.
Who is more hated? Who do more people pull against on this fine radio program? One Rory McIlroy. Good morning, Hector. How are you, my friend?
What up, gentlemen? Relaxing weekend. Hope you guys had a good one because I just chilled out, man. Then I went back to the doctor for my knee, man, and they told me 6 to 8 weeks. And then they told me, well, your age is going to kick you out another month. So I got another month sitting on my rear, man, and it's kicking me.
Now, are you on crutches? I mean, are you on a cane?
I didn't use crutches. They gave them to me. I didn't even use them the first day.
I can see them in the background, by the way. Your crutches.
Yeah.
They're in the background.
Didn't use
right
them.
there.
I hate
You're not going to use them. What about a cane? Could you pull off a cane?
I haven't used either one of them, man. Be honest
Not
with
at
you,
all.
I just started walking immediately.
Yeah, why don't you get a little bit of a pimp cane over there?
Oh, hey, the pimp don't need a cane, bro.
There you go.
Wow.
What is this radio program?
Wow.
Yeah, pimp don't need a cane. But look, so let me. they ruined the golf tournament for me this weekend because all I heard all weekend long was Rory. It was like disturbing. I honestly took away from my enjoyment. I really at the end was like, man, I started flipping channels. I really did. Bryson DeChambeau really blew it on the third hole. I don't know how much y'all paid attention to it.
Yeah.
Rory had really stunk it up the first 2 holes yesterday, but he went for it right on the third hole. DeChambeau laid up. He kind of hit an iron, played it safe. And I think that took, we talked about momentum in the college basketball games before. I honestly think the way Rory attacked the third hole, he's like, you know what? I started bad, but I got to keep pushing. And I think the third hole changed the entire tournament because he flipped it around. They had another 2-stroke swing on that particular hole, and he didn't look back. I think if maybe he would have gotten challenged a little bit more instead of keeping a 4-stroke lead basically the rest of the day, I think he might have seen, what happened at the end towards him. But, nobody really challenged him. So to be honest with you, the tournament was a little bit boring. It was a little bit underwhelming.
Well, shame on you. It was not boring down the
It was
stretch,
phenomenal.
number one. Number two, one thing I did notice is Rory and Bright, they do not like each other. And DeChambeau talked about it after the match. They did not speak to each other one time during the 18 holes. They do not like each other. It goes back to that tournament. It might have been one of the other majors where Rory just pretty much handed it to Bryson DeChambeau. But I had no problem with CBS playing it up because that's the storyline, Hank. I know after a while it gets a little bit it gets a little bit too much, but that was a major storyline that we're keeping people locked in. And that last 45 minutes was spectacular. Just the up and downs was spectacular.
Again, sure, yeah, the last 45 minutes, but I invested a lot more hours in that. And you could have, you have plenty of, it's golf, bro. Yeah.
I also, let me bring this up to you because I had this conversation with a group of people that I was with. We've complained about football being a little bit too long. We've complained about Major League Baseball. That's why we put the pitch clock in, being entirely too long. Why do we not complain about golf being 4+ hours? There was a moment, and me and my pops were getting into it a little bit because I think it was in the playoff where, or right at the 18th, where DeChambeau or the 17th was really lining up a putt. It took 15 minutes to do it. And I went, enough already. This is why we do need a shot clock of some sort. Because again, if you gave me 15 minutes to line up a putt, yeah, I would probably be pretty decent at it. But put them under a little bit more pressure. Let's see what they'll do. But nobody complains about how long a golf match is, going on 4 hours plus.
Yeah.
God.
Dude, I was sitting there going, hit the ball,
Yeah.
I was like,
Hit it already.
Hit the ball.
Just hit the freaking, get up there and hit it. Because I play a little bit of golf. I'm not very good at it, and I think that's why I like it. And I'm like, I don't mess around, man. I get up there, I get a little bit of a read on the green, especially putting, I mean, come on, just get down, check the green out. It's not going to change, really how hard you hit the ball. It's really not. All that junk, I think it's just theatrics at a certain point, man. It's just, come on, man, just play. But J-Lo, interesting, man. So you said you popped over to NHRA. So what part of it didn't you understand? Because I'm gonna try to help you out here. Since
I
it's
did.
Monday, we ain't got nothing else to talk about.
Yeah, I watched it for a few minutes after the Masters because I was just kind of sitting in the living room chilling, and yeah, I watched it. There was nothing going on for a while. They showed like a mini documentary, and then they got to the actual thing with Tony Stewart and whatnot. I don't know. I didn't. They said they crossed the finish line. I didn't see a finish line anywhere. They went real fast. It was a fast car. It was interesting for the few seconds. Like I said, the race itself was interesting. I just didn't. I've never watched it before, so I don't really know what's going on. I don't know these people. I don't know the cars, what they're doing with everything. Whereas NASCAR, I've seen my whole life. I kind of understand a little more.
Correct. So there's a lot of women drag racers, and I
saw there was some women drag racers. One of them won, right? Wasn't there a woman that won before that documentary thing they showed?
Yeah, Erica Enders. She actually didn't qualify this week, and I've got some pictures of her. Really nice girl. The cool part about NHR is not like NASCAR. You get to walk up and you can talk to the drivers during the race, because after they run, they go back into the pits, and you can watch them change the engine. And
I saw that too, so that was interesting to me. So do they race multiple races? Because I saw right after the race, they all immediately go back in the garage trying to tweak stuff. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah. So what happens is normally you watch say 4 wide, and a 4 wide is actually 4 cars running at the same time. They mostly they run 2. Now Charlotte in a couple of weeks also has a 4 wide. Those are the only 2 4 wides that they have all year, but it's normally 2, and it's 16 cars, so you whittle to 8 to 4 to the final 2, and yeah, you get 75 minutes to they completely take the engine apart. They redo everything, and they put it all back together and get it back up to the line to race again. Now, the cool part about it to me is it's sensory overload, man. It is it ain't like NASCAR. One drag racing car has as much horsepower as the front 3 rows of a NASCAR. Just one has as much horsepower as 3. So when they take off, man, you literally shake. I promise you guys, if y'all are serious about doing like a remote or something at the race, trust me, you'll love it. You'll want to keep going back because, again, y'all laugh at me when I say this, but I'd rather go to the drag race in Dinwiddie than I would to the Super Bowl. I'd much rather go.
And I still disagree with you on that.
That's you.
It's cool.
That's you.
Hey, listen,
That's your
I
thing.
get it though. I get how people can enjoy it. I could see how it's very enjoyable for some people. Just no way I would rather go to that than the Super Bowl.
Now, again, but see, okay, now here's one thing. You get a break. You get a break in between the races because they'll run like the regular cars and some of the other classes and stuff like that. And that's when everybody goes back and gets like I got pictures with Tony Stewart. I talked to Tony Stewart at the race in Richmond last year. So you get to meet anybody that you want. Like I said, there's plenty of girls. There's brothers, a couple of brothers that race.
Wow, there you go there, Suave.
Hey, look.
I think you directed that at you, not me.
I'm going to get y'all in touch with Antron Brown. He's the champ. He won the long cars. They call them dragsters. He won the championship in the dragsters 2 years ago. And he's really cool dude. Like I said, they'll probably invite you into the pits, to be honest with you. And that's a really cool thing because they got hospitality trailers. They got everything. It is so free. I'd say it's like a Super Bowl because they're only coming into town one time. There's all kinds of manufacturers. There's all kinds of just things to do. You can get on what's called a Christmas tree, and the Christmas tree is what gets you a fair start at the beginning. And it's that thing that looks like, goes yellow-green real quick, and it's only 0.4 of a second that goes yellow-green. And what you do is there's beams that go across the track, and you get your tire in that beam, and it lights at the top bulb. It's what's called a pre-stage bulb. That means, all right, you're getting ready to race. Then, the other guy has to come in. Then you both go into what's called staged. And when both of you get staged, that light can go off at any time. And that's why, remember I told you guys before, you can actually run a slower time and win the race because you get off the line first. And when you got cars doing 320 miles an hour and 1,000 feet, and that's how fast they go, these suckers are moving, bro. You can't imagine. I've got some videos that I took last year to drag race. I should post them, but every time I post stuff, you guys kind of like blow me off. But if I post them, y'all need to check the stuff out.
That's a lot.
It's really cool, man. Trust me. If y'all are serious about going and you really go to the race, you'll love it. Trust me, you'll love it.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Hank. Unfortunately, we're up against the break.
That's
so
all
sad.
good, man.
Gotta let you go.
Unfortunately.
All right, buddy. We will talk to you again tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, the scroll of a Cowboy fan, Hank. If you missed any of it, we'll put it up on the YouTube page at Cova Sports TV, the Keller Mechanical Audio Vault. So you can check it out later on today. We'll also post it on our X account, formerly known as Twitter, at Drive Johnny D. All right, straight ahead, the best thing we saw from the weekend, the worst thing we saw from the weekend, your texts, your tweets, all coming up. It is a Monday edition of the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 Traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Rapid Radios. Expect slow-moving traffic heading east on 64 between King Street and Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. We're seeing some congestion on 64 westbound between Military Highway and 17, as well as between 15th View and Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. Slow-moving traffic heading north on...
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
Cova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit covapainting.com or call 757-550 7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger for a limited time, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. Yeah, this is not the time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. And there's bacon on that burger. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Now, for a limited time on the $7 meal deal lineup. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
What does happiness mean to you?
Being in the ocean with you, watching you catch super fun waves.
In Virginia Beach, happiness is breaking barriers and savoring the sunshine.
I couldn't pick a better place or a better person to be with. This is what makes me happy.
Happiness is going all out.
And taking it all in.
Here, happiness is whatever you make it. Find yours in Virginia Beach.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
James Catato tells us tonight there's a new team making new noise in the USL2 scene on the other side of the water.
Something special is brewing inside the walls of the Virginia Beach Sportsplex.
We're not here for moral victories. When we're on our day, we're a legit team.
See the stars of the future in pre-professional action at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. This combined season ticket special is for men's and women's. That's 15 games for just $100 for adults and $80 for youth. VBU has a brand new women's team that competes in the W League. Soccer fans, it's time to get
it done.
Listen up, Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. So let's do it again and get vaccinated. We're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults under 50. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit vaxassist.com to schedule. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It is time
for Steve Covino.
Yeah.
Rich Davis. Perfect. This is Covino and Rich.
The Lakers going to Dallas and those fans seeing him in Lakers colors, putting up 45, and they still cheered for him. And yeah. I think it's a beautiful moment for Luka. He went into someone else's backyard, right? And he took over their grill. He's like, hey, this is my grill.
Covino and Rich. Weekday afternoons 5 to 7 on Fox Sports 1310. He's live and he's local. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D on Fox Sports 1310.
Hey, J-Lo, do me a favor. Put it up on the poll this morning on the X at Drive Johnny D. Have you ever had a pimento cheese sandwich? So apparently, Suave, these are very popular at the Masters. And a lot of the patrons enjoy having them. I had an altercation with a pimento sandwich a couple of years ago. I had asked my mother. She was ordering dinner from one of my
I remember this now.
From one of my favorite spots.
This is phenomenal. This is awesome.
And I said, yeah, order me a burger, just a bacon cheeseburger with some fries. And she did not realize that option one was a pimento cheeseburger, which I tell you this, Suave, I have never, ever experienced something as bad as biting into something. You know, it's almost like you were expecting. Last weekend, I went to an engagement party, and I said, hey, give me a diet.
Yes.
And my brother, who's next to me, was getting a rum and Coke, and they brought them out at the same time. And they mixed it up, and I took a big gulp
Ooh.
Not thinking there was rum in it, going, ugh, okay, can't get that back. The pimento burger probably was one of the worst things I've ever eaten in my life. And I find it very hard to believe that people in our listening audience are fans of pimento cheese. In fact, if you were to ask me for the Mount Rushmore, provolone's going to be number one.
Absolutely.
Because I'm Italian. That's what we do. Number 2 is going to be Swiss. Number 3 is going to be Colby Jack. And then number 4, I'm going to go with the good old-fashioned cheddar. Those are my top 4 if you're talking about cheeses.
Your Mount Rushmore.
Pimento is nowhere near the top of the Mount Rushmore of cheeses. No doubt about it.
So we got number 1 is?
For me, it's provolone.
Provolone.
Yeah.
Number 2 is?
For me, it's Swiss, Colby Jack, and then cheddar. Those are going to be my 4. Hank chimed in on YouTube this morning with his. I'm not going to do it.
I was going to say, come on, John.
So we'll leave that alone. I'm just, again, they bring it up. It's a tradition down at the Masters. Maybe it's a Southern thing.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with it.
I've had it.
You've had it.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I wouldn't eat it again, but like it's not like throw up worthy like you were saying. Yeah, for me though, I think my favorite cheese, I think we got it from Aldi's once. Jalapeno Havarti.
Wow, I mean that now you're mixing and matching.
Yeah,
here, bro.
it's unbelievable. So that's great.
Right.
I love me a good pepper jack. I like spicy cheese.
I just wanted to bring that up because I do not understand the love affair with pimento cheese.
My dad loves pimento cheese.
Does he really?
Yeah, he loves
Good. He could try to explain it to me because I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I think it's nasty. Just throwing it out there. I think it's something nasty if you're talking about pimento cheese. But apparently people at the Masters, they love them some pimento cheese.
It's cheap too.
I'm sure it is cheap. There's a reason why it's cheap.
Everything in the Masters is cheap.
Because it tastes like you know what. That's why it's cheap. All right, 8:29. Let's get to it. The best of the weekend, the worst of the weekend. Where shall we start? Suave, you want to start? J-Lo, you want to start? Or let me guess, J-Lo, what the best is going to be. Mr. Creativity. Hold on, I'm going to write it down.
Okay, I can go ahead and do mine first because it's not. I'll be the first to admit it's nothing fun. I don't have much of a good best and worst from the weekend.
Again,
are you
creativity.
Ready? Here you go.
The research that you put into this. I already wrote that.
All right, here we go.
All right. Best from the weekend, probably just the overall. I had a great Sunday yesterday.
Okay.
I had a fun Sunday. I had a great dinner. I watched a lot of the Masters, watched some of the Bristol race. Just overall was a fun day. Had a good lunch too. Just it's very boring, but it was just relaxing. I needed it. It was a nice day off. It was. What's wrong with that?
I needed it.
I needed a day
Your
off.
life is so hard.
I'm not saying my
that
life
you
is
needed
so
to
hard.
kick it back
It
a
was
little
nice
bit
to
on a
have a
Sunday.
day off.
I keep forgetting you're a gearhead, man. We got to get some NASCAR updates from you every Monday. You are a gearhead. Okay, I was wrong.
What did you write down?
You know what? I went down to the UVA Saturday special. The UVA Saturday special.
And then
enjoying all things UVA.
And then the worst, again, nothing too fancy. Just that Tennessee quarterback situation is just terrible. And it's inevitable. Like I said, it's inevitable. It's only the first of many. But it's just awful that this is what college sports has come to. So that's my worst.
Okay. All right. What's your your best and your worst? Suave.
Of course, my best is kind of generic. The Saturday, that Nova Ties game, the second half was actually pretty decent. The fireworks and everything. But then also, for me, I love rap battles. So apparently over the weekend, they had a rap battle at the Apollo. It's called the Apollo 25 between Real Sick and Ill Mac. And I just love rap battles. Real Sick versus Ill Mac at the Apollo.
Real Sick versus Ill Mac.
Yes.
That was really the matchup?
Yes.
Real Sick versus Ill Mac.
Yes. And it was a rap event known as the Apollo 25. Like I said, I looked at it. And I love rap battles. So that was one of my best things. So those two things, the Nova Ties and the rap battle. The worst is that Warriors and Clippers game. The referees in that game need to be tested because some of the calls, and even the fans even said it on the X, some of these decisions the referees make you would think they had parlays on these games. James Harden got called for, he got a foul for him. He only was passing the ball. And everybody was like, what the world's going on? Like, they're just calling these fouls. Draymond Green was clearly foul baiting, like like he's SGA. And then this also needs to stop too. And I understand everybody got a job. Can we please stop getting commentators who used to work for a program that they're commentating on? Because Bob Myers, we know he was a former general manager of the Warriors. Glazed the world over the Warriors. They couldn't do nothing wrong, to the fact that even the fans, we all say the same thing. Get this man off TV when he's talking about the Warriors. They can't do nothing wrong. Everything is great. And you can clearly see some stuff that they're messing up on. So after seeing that was my worst one right there. Please get Bob Myers off TV when he's talking about the Warriors. And these referees, they need to be challenged more than they are now. Because this referee decision on that Warriors and Clippers game was just horrendous and terrible. So those are my two bad over the weekend.
All right, the best thing we saw from the weekend, the worst thing we saw from the weekend. For me, the worst thing from the weekend is I am not a big NHL fan. I will openly admit that. But it is a little pathetic that the original six, based in the United States, combining for 27 Stanley Cup titles, 0 have made the postseason. Not 1, 0. Detroit, Boston, Chicago, and the Rangers will all miss the playoffs in the same year for the first time in NHL history. How about that?
Yeah, no, that was awful. I saw that, yeah.
Best thing I saw this weekend, there were a lot of them, but I'm going to go to Major League Baseball. Freddie Freeman, did you see his son Charlie threw out the first pitch yesterday?
Yes.
The other day on his dad's bobblehead night. And of course, he's been battling a lot of illness, a lot of issues. So it was nice to see old Charlie Freeman toeing the bump, throwing out the first pitch at the Dodgers game. So good stuff right there. In fact, I'm going to repost that on our X account at Drive Johnny D. That was certainly one of the best things that I saw this weekend. Also, just got to throw it out there. The date, April 13th, right? April 13th, 2025. We see Rory McIlroy win the Masters, becoming one of only 6 golfers ever to win the career Grand Slam. Won $4 million, by the way. 4.2, excuse me. Second place got $2 million for being a loser. That's great. I mean, I'll be a loser all day long.
Every day of the week. Absolutely.
For $2 million.
Yes.
But you got to go back in history a little bit there, Suave. Do you also know what happened on April the 13th, 1997? Right?
I don't know.
April the 13th, 1997. Do you know what else happened?
I do not.
Tiger Woods became the youngest ever at 21 years old to win the Masters. Same day. How about that?
Wow, that's crazy.
History repeating itself. Yep, wow. 1997. So there you go. The best from the weekend, the worst from the weekend. All right, let's check out some of the text messages this morning. You could hit us up via the Tell 'em Kill 'em talking text line at 757-497-1310. That's 757-497-1310. Do you have the text messages ready?
It's been busy here.
Okay.
Let's go ahead. 540. He woke up early.
Okay.
$55 for a hat is ludicrous. Shame on you.
So earlier in the program, we're talking about how J-Lo's got a brand new hat. He's got a nice UVA. It's sort of a black camo with the patch on the front. I like it.
I like it too.
I like it a lot.
Trucker hat.
Full transparency, J-Lo did not spend $55. It was gifted to J-Lo, but it was $55. Was it ludicrous to pay that much for a hat? I don't think so. I would not buy multiple hats for $55. But if that was a hat in Syracuse, possibly, I may purchase it for
I like the design a lot. The black camo.
I like the design. So I give you a thumbs up this morning on the hat purchase. I like it. You got to bend that cap a little bit though.
Bend it a little more.
Yeah, you got to. No, I mean, give it a real good bend.
Come on.
Yeah, you got to. You grab it with both like this. You know,
look at the hands.
Like that. One hand. Put that one hand on there and bend it. Bend that baby. So soft. There you go. A lot better, man. It's like shoes. You got to break them in a little bit before you wear them. Come on. All right, next one.
Well, apparently, let's keep it rolling because from the 757, hat is very personal. If you wear it every day, it's worth it. But if your team loses, you look like a loser.
Yeah, you do look like a loser.
So I always look like a loser.
I mean, so you don't want to be that bum who spent $55 on a hat of a team that stinks. So you better hope UVA shows up, son. Now, will you wear the hat with the bright orange baseball jersey?
Absolutely. I did it yesterday.
Yes, of course you did.
He'll get
Of
it.
course you did.
He
And
gonna
you wonder
wear
why,
this.
and you wonder why you don't date.
Wow.
Just putting it out there. I don't think many women can handle that. That's a lot of UVA.
I'm not too worried, I'm not too worried about it.
That's a lot of UVA on one person.
I'm not too worried about
Bright
it.
orange baseball jersey,
I'm not too
camo hat. Just saying, that's a lot.
I'm not too worried about
That's
it.
a lot of cavalier.
I'd rather get a great job in this industry, Johnny.
You're not, by the way, you're not doing that wearing a UVA hat and a baseball jersey. I'm just saying. But hey, if it works for you, just saying a lot of women can't handle that. They just can't handle that. It's not you, it's them.
It's them.
That's what you're not understanding.
Not you.
It's not you, it's them.
Them.
It's always them. Just remember that. It's not you, it's always them. They're the ones that got problems.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Suave.
All right, from the 434, Masters Sunday, maybe the best sporting event of the year. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Really?
No, it's not.
Would you put it up there on the Mount Rushmore for sporting events of the year, Johnny?
For this year, so far, what's been better?
So, come on, for this
Well,
year.
What's been better?
Super Bowl?
Well, hold on a second.
Generally.
Let's be honest. Was the Super Bowl that great this year?
No, it was awful. One of the worst Super Bowls in the 21st century.
It was awful.
So the Super Bowl stunk.
Yeah.
College football final stunk.
Yeah, it
It
wasn't
was a
very good.
blowout.
Yeah.
No, but saying
Was it?
generally, we're
Yeah.
talking about just every year. Would you put the Masters up
I'm
there?
talking about this year. I'm not talking about
This
all
year.
year.
Absolutely.
They're talking about this year.
This year, absolutely. Probably the best event. I mean, there's been nothing.
What other sporting event has been better? The Final Four, the championship game.
The Final Four championship was good.
Yeah, that was good.
It was good. So you got that up there. You got the Masters.
Mhm.
What else you got up
But
there?
that's basically it for right now because you said the Super Bowl was terrible.
Maybe we put it up tomorrow. Make that a topic of conversation. Let's look at so far this calendar year, starting January 1st. Where do you put the Masters? That final Sunday of the Masters
That's the best
was
of the year,
pretty
I think.
damn good.
I think that was the best of the year.
Really entertaining.
Now we'll see what happens down the line the rest of this year, but I think that's going to be up
As
there.
of right now,
As of right now,
the
no
Final
question.
Four, the championship.
I don't know. That was a good Final Four this year.
Yes, it was.
I think I got it up there though. That Sunday, that was a really good day for their match. One of the best Masters ever.
Yeah. Okay. What else we got, Swaff?
All right, next one, 757. Speaking about the Masters, why are we hating on Rory?
Yeah, there are a lot of people that just don't like Rory McIlroy. He was really outspoken about the whole live thing. I don't know if that bugged people. I'm not sure, but really outspoken about the whole live thing. But there are a lot of people that hate on Rory. I'm not a Rory hater. I get it. Totally understand it. Part of me was pulling for him yesterday, even though I had a nice ticket at Bryson. I was that sucked, but I was pulling for him. Like to see, because I like storylines and I like to see when history is made.
Absolutely,
and that's history. I mean, only 6 times have we seen the major Grand Slam of golf, so that was pretty cool.
All right, and I think this is addressed to me because from the 804. No issue keeping a foul ball for myself. This is why kids are soft today.
That's why they're soft, man. We
That's
have
what
created
made me
a
into what I
soft
am.
America. When we get a foul ball and a kid runs up, we just hand it to him.
I saw that a lot.
Send
too.
a message.
Yeah.
Kick him away. Kick him back into play. You got to work harder, son, if you want to earn something. I'm not giving you this ball. You got to work for it. See, that's what you got to do, Swab.
Hey,
Soft.
I seen it. I seen it that Saturday. That foul ball. A guy gave it to a kid. Another one.
We're soft.
He gave it and he looked at him and walked away.
We're soft. We are a soft America.
Oh man! So let's go one more for the break. Then speaking about the Nico kid, the quarterback used to be for Tennessee, because we're gonna get rid of him. From the 5-4-0, Nico kid got what he deserved. Vols called his bluff, and now he's packing his bags. Good. Tired of these kids who have accomplished nothing, thinking they are owed something. Absolutely.
Well, again, I mean, he thought he had a little bit of leverage. He did not.
Mm-hmm.
And I like what Josh Heupel did say, that no one person, not even a coach, is bigger than this Tennessee program.
Absolutely.
And I think there's a lot going on behind the scenes. We're going to start learning more and more every single day, like sitting out the playoff game against Ohio State, or threatening to sit out. That you're not going to win over a lot of teammates by doing that.
No,
you're not.
When they know as a player, one thing they teach you in business, your character will take you a long way. And if they find out that this is true, that you're willing to set out because you ain't get paid, now you're going to test the transfer portal. Now you're like, I need my $4 million. What team will be like, didn't you just try to sit out on a playoff game? Why do we?
Well, one thing we've learned, the fact of the matter, the kid did it at UNLV. He still found the landing spot. So
did he get his money?
So I don't know if he got his money, but I'll tell you, somebody will hook him up.
Yeah, $4 million.
Somebody wants to win bad enough, and if they got a hole at the quarterback position, they will give him his money.
Well, we're gonna see.
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out.
All right.
But there we go, baby.
Those are the texts.
Those are the tests.
That's what we got on a Monday.
Sir.
All right, good stuff. To Tell 'em Kellen, talking text line always open for you at 757-497-1310. All right, we talked a little UVA spring game. Coming up, Andy Bitter will join us. He is the senior staff writer and a lead football writer for Tech Sideline. We'll talk a little Tech football. We'll also update our poll question on a Monday morning, so a lot to get into. Yours truly, Johnny D, Suave J-Lo, The Morning Drive, Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app.
Fox Sports 1310 traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Rapid Radios. We're seeing some slow-moving traffic on 64 westbound between Military Highway and Route 17, and again between 15th View and Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. Heading east on 64, we're seeing that congestion between King Street and through Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel, and you can expect some delays heading east on 264 between Effingham Street and Berkeley Bridge. I'm Elena Vegso on Fox Sports 1310.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
Get ready. What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
Portco is your local nonprofit organization dedicated to economic empowerment through employment for people with disabilities. We focus on abilities, not limitations, providing on-the-job vocational support. Find your pathway to employment. Contact us or learn more at portco.org.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
At Rush Soccer, our love of the game and the community we create doesn't stop when we leave the pitch or when the season ends. We are more than an individual player, team, club, or league. We are a truly global community of athletes, parents, coaches, professionals, and fans. We believe that youth sports and the pathway to a lifelong love of soccer have the power to form deep, meaningful connections that will fundamentally shape our players and those in our community. We believe that what we feel is the key to what we can achieve. Feel the pride. Feel the confidence. Feel the legacy. Feel the connection. Feel the trust. Feel the acceptance. Feel the purpose. Feel the difference. Feel the rush.
At
At Atomic Wings, we prioritize real chicken with fresh, all-natural, never-frozen ingredients, all packed with serious flavor. Order from over 15 awesome flavors at atomicwings.com.
Sports 1310 AM is here to serve you. Visit wearebroadcasters.com to learn more and tell us how you depend on AM.
The new home for the Hampton Road sports fan. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, along with Suave and J-Lo on Fox Sports 1310 and live on Kova Sports TV.
Yes, sir. Wrapping it up on a Monday. Got to talk some spring game, little Virginia Tech. Before we do that, we got some tickets to give away.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, we got a little Virginia Sports Hall of Fame Induction Week 2025 Breakfast with Champions coming up Saturday, April the 26th at the Westin Hotel, 9 a.m. Wake up with the Virginia Sports Hall of Fame incoming inductees at the Breakfast with Champions. The event features breakfast with the incoming class, Q&A with the class, an autograph session, meet and greet, and so much more. We are giving away one pair of tickets right now. Be the first person to dial it up at 757-497-1310. That's 757-497-1310. Good luck. I think Dan Bonner will be there. Our buddy Joe Smith. Joe Smith. Joe Cool will be there. Good stuff. All right. Hey, joining us right now, Andy Bitter. You can follow him on the X, formerly known as Twitter, at Andy Bitter VT. So spring games, traditionally sort of a celebration of what is to come for Virginia Tech football. But the weather was not so nice on Saturday, was it, Andy? It was pretty miserable, was it not?
Oh, it was like mid-40s, something like that. It's anything but spring. That's how I would describe that game. It was pretty brutal out there. Kudos to the people that actually stayed and went and sat through that whole thing.
Yeah, our buddy here, J-Lo, he's a UVA guy. So he was up at Charlottesville taking in Tony Elliott's boys. But give me your thoughts after the spring game for Virginia Tech, because really a big year for the coaching staff, is it not, for Virginia Tech?
Extremely big year for the coaching staff. Might need to do well this year to keep coaching at this place. And I don't know if coming out of the spring game, I have a really good idea if this team is good or not, because they didn't really do anything. I mean, the top two quarterbacks did not play. You know, Kyron Drones had surgery this week. Papa Watson had a soft tissue injury that kept him out. So all the quarterbacks that took snaps in the game are freshmen. So if I'm going to come out of that and go, wow, this team looks great on defense, it's like, well, they were playing three freshman quarterbacks. So I try not to draw too firm conclusions about that. I think there's some interesting players that they have brought in. Some defensive end, James Jonkum, Cam Selden, wide receiver, had a touchdown in that game. A couple other new guys stood out in that, but it's tough to go, man, they look really good in this spot, or they were really bad in this spot. That was the first 11-on-11 action we've seen them take at all this spring.
Yeah.
They've been pretty secretive about stuff. So it's sort of a TBD situation.
How do you think this quarterback situation is going to pan out? I was surprised to see Jerome still around, and I know we saw the younger kid later in the season, and look, he's had moments where he excites that fan base. How do you see this kind of playing out?
I think it's Kyron Drones and only Kyron Drones this year, barring injury. That's why you come back. I think everybody got really excited about Pop Watson. They should. He's an exciting player based on that UVA game. Well, UVA made a lot of quarterbacks look pretty good last year, and I think the reality caught up to him a bit in that bowl game where he played Minnesota. That was I want to say a top 10 defense in the country, close to it. They sacked him like 7-8 times, I think, in that game, and really pressured him and made him look like a freshman. So I think there's some seasoning that needs to take place on that front. Whereas Kyron Drones has been a 2-year starter effectively. And the only thing that's knocked him out of the lineup has been these leg injuries that they're hoping they get solved with this surgery that's going to keep him out a couple months here. So I think it's the Kyron Drones show. And I think a lot of this season hinges on his development and how he takes to this new offense.
Yeah. Hey, final question before we let you go. And I appreciate you joining us on short notice. Your thoughts on what we see taking place at Tennessee and what we see going on with college athletics. And I know for Virginia Tech and even for Virginia, I mean, we're not at that level when you're talking about NIL and, spending $4 or $5 or $6 million for a quarterback at these places. What is the NIL situation, number one, at Virginia Tech? And number two, kind of your thoughts on what we're seeing take place at Tennessee?
Yeah, I think Virginia Tech's NIL situation is all right. I think it's better in football than basketball. I think they're a bit more competitive in that space than they are with hoops, obviously. But, I look at this Tennessee situation. I think this might kind of start to turn the public sentiment against players a bit. If you start seeing these holdouts or, I feel like agents and parents are kind of pushing this whole thing for these players to push for as much money as they can.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I think the only way you get out of this whole thing is to collectively bargain and come up with some sort of employment structure in the college game, and just admit these guys are employees, sign them to contracts, and then all of a sudden, if you're in breach of contract, I have very little sympathy for you as a player. Whereas in this free for all system, I can't really fault a player for trying to get more money in the setup that they have, and it's just kind of on the schools and the ADs for not trying to lock down a system that would work for everybody and just resisting at every turn that they've had. So I don't know if more school or more players will start doing this. Perhaps we'll see that, but I think the public perception to this Nico thing has been so negative that, man, I don't know why a player would want to put himself through that. Somebody's going to pay him because somebody always does. Yeah. But man, he's really burned his image here for a while, and I don't know how that's going to play out long term.
Hey, very quick. Have you noticed in covering some of these players for Virginia Tech, has the personality of the college player changed over the last couple of years? Now that they've got NIL, are they a little bit more? I don't want to say confident. Is there a little bit more arrogance? Are they willing to sit down and have open conversations, or hey, talk to my representatives type of mentality?
Maybe in off the field stuff, there's more of that. Like, oh, if you want to talk to my agent about that stuff. But I feel like talking to them during game week or after practices and stuff like that, it feels pretty much the same. I don't feel like there's any sense of entitlement or big headedness from these guys about this stuff. Maybe we'll get to that point, or maybe I just haven't encountered a player like that. But I haven't noticed too much of a difference so far.
All right. He is the senior staff writer, lead football beat writer for Tech Sideline. You can follow him on the X at Andy, BITTERVT. Andy, always a pleasure, my friend. Thanks for getting up early with us this morning.
All right, great. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. There we go. Little Virginia Tech, little UVA this morning. The spring game starts to get people pretty excited for the upcoming season, which is only months away.
Yeah,
believe it or not, it is only months away, my friend.
Cannot come quick enough.
And J-Lo is going to go out and get them season tickets today for UVA. Maybe we'll go in half. How about me and you? Arm in arm.
You're going to pay for half of a season ticket?
Maybe.
For what? You're not going to go?
It doesn't matter. They're still my tickets. I can do with them what I want.
Pretty much.
I'll sell them on the open market.
It'd be a shame if UVA starts season 0-5 and you'll sell them for about $1.
Yeah, that is true. All right, let's get an update. Let's get an update on our poll questions this morning on the X as we close up shop on this Monday.
Yes, sir. Our Payserve Payroll poll questions of the day today. Number 1, what would you have rather seen? A Rory McIlroy win, a Rory McIlroy choke, a Justin Rose win, or a Bryson DeChambeau? And 83.3% says Rory McIlroy win, and 16.7% says a Bryson DeChambeau.
See, I think Suave people like a good story, man.
Of course.
You like a good story. You like a happy ending. We're not always negative. So stop being so negative and petty over there and enjoy the fact that Rory has won the career Grand Slam. Shame on you.
Shame on
you, Suave.
Shame on you, Suave. Yeah, shame on you, Suave.
Next one. Rory became the 6th golfer to complete the Grand Slam. Yeah. Who is the greatest golfer of all time? 71.4% says Tiger Woods. 23.8% says Jack Nicklaus. And then 4.8% goes to Rory.
Jack Nicklaus. There you go.
Old Jack.
I've
never seen Jack play, ever. Never seen the highlights.
When did he play? Was it in the 30s or 40s?
I don't know. It wasn't that old. I think it was in the 60s.
60s? Okay.
The 30s or 40s.
Yeah, Suave,
he just seen
that was like Ben Hogan. You had Ben Hogan then.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. God almighty.
Our next one. Would you spend $55 for your favorite team's trucker hat? 68.8% says no.
No, J-Lo. You're an idiot. That should have been the other comment. J-Lo, you're an idiot.
Good day, sir.
$55 for a hat. You're an idiot. Although it is a nice hat.
It is.
I will say that. And I'm on your side. I would spend $55.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
No problem.
That. Who is to blame for the Tennessee quarterback situation? 58.3% says the NCAA, 33.3% says the quarterback, and 8.3% says Tennessee.
Okay. Absolutely. All right.
And our final Payserve payroll poll question of the day today: do you enjoy pimento cheese sandwiches? 62.5%, Johnny. Yes, they love.
I don't know who you people are. Show your face. Show your face. Come on. What's wrong with you people? God, what's wrong with you? Tomorrow it's going to be, do you enjoy a prosciutto provolone sandwich? We'll see if I can measure up to that. That's disgusting, man. Pimento, I'm sorry. That's just gross. That is absolutely gross. Shame on all of you.
Gotta love our fans.
And I was told what's even better is fried chicken with pimento cheese.
I've heard of that, and I've never tried it, but I think it'd be okay.
That ain't happening.
I used to put provolone on fried chicken, but okay.
Provolone
that
on
is
fried
not
chicken?
happening.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't really do cheese on the chicken anyways.
Pimento cheese. What's wrong with you people?
Everything.
All right, that's going to wrap it up. The polls will remain open on the X at Drive Johnny D, on Instagram at Morning Drive Johnny D. Got a comment? Drop it into the comment box on our YouTube page at Cova Sports TV. All right, it's going to wrap it up for a Monday, boys.
Yes, it is.
Appreciate everybody dialing us in this morning. All your texts, all your tweets, all your comments. For Suave, for J-Lo, yours truly, Johnny D. This has been the Morning Drive. Fox Sports 1310 AM and the Fox Sports 1310 app. See ya.
Here's a quick weather update from the News 3 First Warning Storm Team.
Good morning. I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. Warming up today. High temperatures headed to the upper 70s to near 80 degrees. We'll see partly cloudy skies. For tonight, partly cloudy with lows in the low to mid 60s. For tomorrow, high temperatures in the low 70s. More clouds, a blend of partly to mostly cloudy skies, and just a small chance for a shower. For News 3, I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. Have a